everyone. Shoot, which camera do I have on? Okay, that one. Hi. How is everyone tonight? Hey Donna, Dottie, Kimberly, Rary, Sunny D. How's everyone doing? There's a whole bunch more I didn't see up here. Hey Grace, Mother, Kimberly, Mother Gretz, Paula Dupree, Mrs. Vieira, Puerific, Christy, here early. I was almost on time. Almost. Let's see. Hey Rio. Hey, always grateful, Colleen, Leah, Katie, D. Connor. Wow, some new names, I think. Hey, Angela. Hey, Paula. What's up, guys? How's everyone's Friday? Like I say, it's nice having a Friday night off. I like it. Hey, 11D11. And D. Connor, hi. Hey, I saw that. I wasn't sure if I said anything when it popped up, so. I'm good. Ate way too much dinner, so I'm going to sit here in my stretchy pants and listen. That's awesome. I have lots of stretchy pants like that. I'm awake past 10 for the first time this week. That has to count for something. It does, Sassy Elmo. It really does. Katie sent Teaspiracy and so that was real because I received a cease and desist from, well, it wasn't really from her, but like a week ago or so, and I know other people did too. So, but she really got one? Oh, didn't she have Todd's face or something on something? I want to say. We need to stomp our feet and chant repeatedly, we want Aaron. That's awesome, Donna Elia, although I don't know why you want that. Listening to my grandson's playing. Oh, that's cool. It's so cool. What's up, Grace? Wait, what? Teaspiracy made it. Yeah, I saw she had something scheduled. I couldn't watch it though. It's just been nuts here. Our dog had Punchy had a pretty bad allergic reaction to a vaccine yesterday, to a distemperament shot. I never seen a dog have a reaction before to anything. But it happened just like within a second. She started just running around the house like crazy, just rubbing her face on anything and everything she could to like itch it. And then it started swelling, and then it got red. And then like she was rubbing it so hard, like it was starting to bleed. And so we had to rush her to the vet. And then like ever since yesterday, it's been like round the clock, like someone's been sitting with her because we're afraid it's going to come back because they gave her a shot for it yesterday, like a steroid shot. But they said it's going to wear off in like 24 hours. So keep an eye on her, give her Benadryl for now and stuff. But I'm afraid it's going to just come back like it did yesterday and we're going to have to rush her somewhere. So it's been crazy here, but she's doing okay though now. We're still giving her Benadryl, just like one tablet, like once, maybe twice a day if she's acting a little weird, but so far that's working. It was crazy. Teaspiracy totally chill KJ by friend here. That's awesome. Yeah, the only thing that sucks about that though is I don't think Katie really picks up on that half the time. So I don't know. I mean, it's totally amusing for us. It is. I think it'd be kind of nice if she kind of picked up on her being, kind of mocked a little more. I don't know. I once had a virtual baby shower. We should have a virtual birthday party. We could do that. Yeah, we could all just like get drinks, sit here, and there's lots of games you could play online. I know I talked to Dottie Morgan about this once before because she plays darts. There's dartboards where you can play online, that connects to the internet and stuff. So maybe some of us could even get dartboards and they kind of talk to each other, and it'd be just like really playing each other because, well, we are just not in the same room or state for that matter. Aaron, every time my dog gets a steroid shot, she pees in bed. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Do you think it's on purpose, or do you think she just like there's something about it that causes her to lose control momentarily, or do you think she's like, yeah, that's it. She did this shit to me again. Watch, I'm gonna hit her again, and then just goes and pees in your bed. I wonder. It's likely the preservative in the vaccine. Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm thinking it's something like that because she's had the shot before. Um, I mean, I know we've kind of given it, where we've arranged for her to get it rather several times since we adopted her. So I don't know why this time. I'm thinking it was some sort of preservative or something that they changed, or who knows. Last time I played darts, I actually hit my dog's booty. My aim is that bad. I hope you weren't playing steel tip. Damn it, son. No, not on purpose. It happens. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Grand boards. Yep, that's what they're called. Called Daddy. Daddy says. I see Nikki is here. I'm waiting. I'm looking for Just Brit though. Let me see. Check my Twitter. See if she said anything yet. Because I want to play something, but I just want to double check with her. I think she's okay. I think she'd be okay with it. Um, let's see. Yes. Hi, Nikki. Sorry. Hi. Hey, Megan. Hey, JCM. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull up this video. I don't think Just Brit would mind. Other channels have played it, and and it's up on YouTube, so I don't think she would care. Um, mention pineapple pizza, and Brit will appear. Like, okay, pineapple pizza, pineapple pizza, pineapple pizza. Like, 3 times, kind of like Beetlejuice there. Well, my God, one of my devices just went off too. She tweeted in the DMs as soon as I got done saying that. Oh my God, that's too funny. Oh my God. Yeah, as soon as I got done saying pineapple pizza 3 times, I heard ding ding ding, and there she was in the DMs. Oh my God, that's funny. You're right, Grace. You're right, man. That's how you summon her. That's like the bat signal for Brett. All right, now I have to find it on YouTube. Name it. Oh yeah, okay. It was a while ago. There's one. It wasn't 2 years ago, was it? No. Just wait one moment. I'll find it. I know it's on the. I know it's. Oh, there it is. Is it? It's right around here. Right around here. Here we go. All right, I got it. Yep, that's it. So, uh, for those of you who've been following Katie for a little while or are familiar with her, whatever. Um, hey, Woothree. Hey, Suem. Hey, Rarely. Um, so yeah, anyone who's at all familiar with Katie or just been familiar with her YouTube career, rather, you've probably heard all about like the non sequitur show, or some of it, anyways. You've heard some about it and about Steve McRae and whatnot. You probably haven't heard all too much about that though over this past year because though I don't know the specifics and I don't know this for a fact because I haven't seen anything, but I'm under everyone's led to believe that because of the court case or because of their court appearance about a year ago, that neither one of them can really talk about the other one. So since then, like no one's really talked about any of that, any of the ordeal. Well, like I said, I don't know if this is the case for sure, but if it is, these things usually last about a year. So I'm thinking, with the lawsuit, kind of stalling or whatever it is, whatever that's going on doing now, I thought, well, this year could be coming up, and if it is a year, could be coming up sometime soon. Maybe let's get a little reacquainted with this story because I don't know. I think it's possible some shit could be coming back up about it, or even new information. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. So this has to do with Katie and uh, Well, it has to do with Katie and Steve for the most part. This is where a lot of it stems from. But this interview itself was done by Cheshire. Cheshire Viq is her channel. I'm gonna put a link and everything in the description. Oh yeah, don't forget only KJ is allowed to talk about other YouTube creators. I know. But this interview though is with one of Katie's ex-mods. Now, Katie's ex-mod in this interview is now one of my mods. It's Just Britt and company. So she said, yeah, it was cool and everything if I played it, but I just wanted to double check. So yeah, so we're going to listen to this so we can hear all about, well, I can rehear, a lot of you guys can hear for the first time, what went down between Just Britt and Katie on her channel. So it should be interesting. So, what am I doing? Share screen. So, yeah, we don't need me in on that right now. Is that the right one? Yeah, it's right. Okay, so let me check the chat one more time. Just make sure I'm not missing or skipping over anything. I tried to nose twitch like I'm bewitched, but nothing happens. I just look like I'm about to sneeze. Next, I'll try milkshakes in here. They bring them to the hour. Maybe they come on my grasp all there. Oh, okay. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about, but that just sounds funny. Creepy. In reference to like Just Brett DMing me after saying pineapple pizza. JCM says creepy. I hate to see what happens if you mention the Alabama taco burrito, whatever it was. Oh, that's funny. Okay. So here we go. Let's start the interview. Aw, thank you, Christy. She says, I love Dateline NBC, but I love watching you more, so we turned off the TV. Aw, I feel bad for your TV. Hey, Berber. Okay, all right, here we go, I think.
Here today, we're going to talk to her about her experience with Katie and the mod group that she was in with her. She was one of her mods.
Oh
so we're going to chat about that a little bit. She's going to tell us a little bit, just mostly about her experience and what she's witnessed and what she's kind of seen and had to sort of deal with. So, Brittany, how you doing?
Hello. I'm nervous, so bear with me, you guys.
You don't have to be nervous. Our chat's super chill. This channel's super chill. It's all.
So I guess my very beginning is this has nothing to do with anybody else but me and Katie. That's where it's coming from. And what I've always said is, if I can prevent this from happening to one person, then I'm good. And it's not just with Katie, it's just in general with life. If I can prevent this from happening to anybody else, that's what it is.
You don't want people to be taken advantage of by anyone.
Right.
Right. So you were part of a mod group?
Yeah.
Well, tell us how you found Katie first. How about that?
So I'm not even like on YouTube. Like I just didn't really care about it that much. And I started going on there because of Jaclyn Hill makeup stuff because I was bored. And I'm into Teen Mom. I have been for years. And so it had to do with like Janelle Easton and Amber Portwood. So I never knew what a live was. So I was like, oh, this is really cool. Get to check in, see what's going on. Sorry guys, I'm still sick. And so I just started watching. And I thought, oh, I think there was only like 6,000 or 7,000 subscribers on Katie's channel. So this was in July, like the very beginning of July. And so I started watching her, and I watched her like every day, every stream, because I'm a stay-at-home mom. And so why not? Why not do it? It was, just kind of helped me like feel like I wasn't alone. I loved the chat group. So it was like, yeah, I loved it. And
you found a community that you could kind of get along.
Yeah.
Talk
we
to
had a
people.
lot. We had things in common, and so it was like, oh, this is awesome. I get to have this interaction with people, and so I just liked it. And I didn't even know what a moderator was. I
Right.
didn't. I had no clue. So I decided to. Sorry, I'm thinking because I have to remember everything. Cause there's a lot.
Yeah, I had the same experience when I joined the Non Sequitur Show Discord. I got modded pretty quickly by Kyle, and I had no idea what I was doing. So I had to ask around to a couple of people and be like, what does a mod do? And how do I function? Do I actually have to participate more? And et cetera, et cetera.
I'd only been on her channel for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. And she just made me a mod, and I was like, oh, okay, like, sure. And then I had to keep asking Dreads and Jesse, like, what am I supposed to do? I have no clue. We didn't have a group at that time. So I had no clue. I didn't know what I was doing. I just kind of was there. And so it was cool. Like, it was fine. And then, which everybody has seen the video of Katie going after Leslie, but I was also going to Leslie's channel too. So I liked both of their channels, and so I just went to both of them.
Yeah, because their first spat wasn't a whole big deal or anything. It was a pretty small altercation, from my understanding.
It wasn't like, I think it was just some things had been said, and so it was like you either were Katie's or Leslie's side on it for a while. And I didn't take sides. I just went to both of them because I was like, I don't really care, like, And so it was fine until, let's see, August. There wasn't a lot going on.
I have a question. I might have asked this before, but either way, it's been a while since I asked it. If I did, what happened to was it Dreadlocks? What was his name? I think it was a him. Anyways, everyone always referred to the name as a him, so I'm gonna go ahead and call him. But yeah, there was one of her like most trusted like moderators, wasn't it? Dreads or Dreadlocks or whatever. And it's just like it was like almost overnight that you just stopped hearing that name. Like the person just vanished. Just I don't know. I was thinking about this a while ago, but I mean it's Katie and one of her mods who obviously never I don't know joined our community. So I only gave it like 30 seconds, maybe a thought. So, but no, Dreadlocks is a gal. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know. I shall remember that. Tiny Dancer's really good friends with them. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. So he never really spoke out. Yes. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Next time I see her or see her online or whatever, I'll send her a message. Thank you. Because I know I had asked that before, but like nobody knew anything. So thank you. Awesome.
But Katie's channel started really growing like super quick. And so there was a lot more needing to be moderated and that kind of thing.
Right.
So August just kind of progressed. And then into September, no, in August, that's right, I forgot. In August, she had said, oh, we have a mod group. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let me know and I'll join.
Oh, so
and
they made you a mod and then didn't bring you into the mod group and didn't really give you any kind of instructions at all?
Not anything.
Okay, gotcha.
And I'd asked her, I was like, when is this going to be? And she goes, oh, well, we'll get there. And I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't really push it because I was like, oh, she'll get me, whatever. And so I didn't move into the mod group until like the middle of September, end of September. So they had the mod group, and it was like, at first I was kind of like, well, why am I not part of this?
And it existed for X amount of time before you even got added.
It was weird. I just thought it was kind of weird. Like, did she forget about me? But I was in her streams like every day.
Right.
All the time.
So you were like an avid follower, and then she set an expectation for you and then kind of left you hanging for at minimum a month, if not longer.
Oh, yeah. At minimum a month. I think it was even end of July. I mean, I have my dates, and you've read it, so you know kind of
Yeah.
the timeline.
It's a rough time frame. You don't have to give like the exact on
Right.
the 10th of September at 8:35 p.m.
I have those though. I have
Yeah,
the
you
exact
do.
times. You know I do.
Yeah, you do.
I do my research. And so then let's see. So I don't remember exactly when the dates were, but when she made that apology to Steve on Twitter, and then the apology that she did on her YouTube channel, I watched all that.
Oh, the one about the non sequitur one, yeah.
Right, yeah. And I had no clue. I did not know what it was about, but it was just like Katie kind of implied that we should believe everything she said about Steve. And
right.
So
she didn't make any encouragement to actually go and look for yourself.
But if she says, oh, don't interact with it, don't engage, well, if we don't know anything that's going on, we're going to go over there and watch him and see what's going on.
Right.
So I'm loyal to Katie. It's been, 2 months by then. I was super loyal to her. I believed everything she said because I guess I was gullible about it. I don't really know.
When you don't know, it's easy to believe somebody that you already trust.
Yeah. And
Oh my God, I didn't even notice that until I saw your comment here in chat, JC. Looking at the live chat replay and the interview, I see your name, obviously. Now I know what you're talking about, but also, too, I have these other names of people that I mean, because I watched this before, but obviously I didn't know most of these people then. That is so cool. Like, even Tina, I saw in here. Like, I didn't know her when I watched this. That is so cool. Okay.
I think that's what it was just building that trust with her. But it was really like a weird trust too. It was like kind of a slow trust.
Right.
And I kind of like started questioning things about her, but then at the same time, I would just believe everything she said for word. And like I told you, it's kind of like a child following blindly what a parent says because that's all you know.
Gotcha.
And so that's the mentality for me, not, everybody else, but for me, that
everybody's
was my
gonna have their
mentality.
own. Yeah, everybody's gonna have their own experience. So in your case, it was like you would question her, but because she was an authority figure, and there was.
Sorry, guys. I didn't know that it paused. I turned it on my phone, and I had to go help my daughter with something real quick. And then I just looked down at my phone. I'm like, why aren't I hearing anything? I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so that's why. So sorry. I came running back though as soon as I could. So okay. Let's make sure no one had a question or anything while we're there. Before I get started again. Oh no, I wasn't saying anything. I got up and walked away for a second, and somehow when I got up and walked away, I must have hit pause or something on the key. I think maybe I hit the space bar on the keyboard and a pause. So, yeah, that time actually you didn't miss me talking. Yay! Okay. But thank you though for letting me know. Because as soon as I put it on my phone so I could hear just and check the chat, see if anyone needed anything, while I was just, because I was only going to be gone for a second. But like, why don't I hear it? Okay. Oh, okay, cool. Tiny, I'm going to DM you shortly. So, all right, I'm going to go back to the video for now.
A level of expectation from you as a mod, it kind of set your mind in a, well, I'm going to believe whatever she says, even if I'm questioning it, I'm going to push it off to the side because I have responsibilities towards this person that you didn't ask for.
Exactly. No, I didn't ask for it.
Right.
And so I guess as it went on, I finally got added into the mod group. And then that's when things started to kind of like get different, like not different in a bad way. We just got closer as a group. And Katie rarely came into our mod group, like rarely. And she would set these rules for us. And then if a few, or I don't know how many people would complain about it, then she would come in and kind of like scold us as we were children. Like, don't do this and don't do that and don't say this and don't say that. And
so she spoke down to you guys a lot, as if she was the authority. She was the authority figure, and she was speaking down to you guys, telling you what you could and could not do.
Right. That's exactly what it was. So, but then once the Steve stuff happened, and then Leslie, this was during like the fighting time that Leslie and Steve had started talking. So then she was like, oh, Jesse said, oh, get screenshots of whatever's going on. And so we did. And we had a folder on the mod group that was directly for screenshots.
Was it like a large folder? Did it have like, are we talking like large by like 50 screenshots, bigger or smaller? Okay, 100?
Probably closer to that, maybe more.
Are we like 120?
No, I'm not even, I don't know how many, but there is a lot of them.
That's like, a lot.
Yeah. And so it's like,
that's a lot to expect from your mods. And that's like that's also a lot to cultivate over time to collect that amount of information. Now, out of curiosity, what was the quality of the screenshots? Was the whole context there, or was it just like snips of what people were saying?
I think it was content. I think that there was definitely like screenshot shit, because I remember doing it.
So it was like a whole conversation.
It was whole conversations of what people were saying in chat, and people would screenshot stuff or videotape stuff, or videos, any of that, grabbing and all that kind of thing.
I saw people commenting on it here in our chat here, and I didn't really know him. The only time I really listened to him talk was that last interview there he did with Tina shortly before he passed away. But yeah, Boole, I know how dearly he was. Just how much I know how much everyone in the community cared for him, and I know how dearly he's been missed since. So I just wanted to stop and bring attention to it, even for you guys, because I know it seems like almost every day someone mentions him. It's kind of sweet.
And so this started in like the end of September, and so it kind of kept going. And I didn't like Steve. Everybody knows this. It's not, and Steve knows.
It's okay. Lots of people don't like Steve.
I know. Which I think is whatever. I call him a lovable asshole. He knows I call him that. So it's not. My husband's a lovable asshole. So either it's like you either like him or
Brittany is married to Steve. You heard it here, guys.
Oh my gosh, Steve, we're married.
I'll have to let him know. He's probably not aware.
It was a secret.
It's okay if it makes him feel any better. I got outed by Unirock that I'm married to AT2 Productions, so you know.
And you're 17.
And
so
I'm 17.
Let's
I had to
get
get
it
my
right.
parents' signature on the marriage
get it right.
certificate.
Okay, I seriously thought she was 17 up until like, I don't even know, maybe last spring, summer, around there. I think it was before I did my first stream on Cheshire's channel, but it was after I was on Steve's channel. So yeah, it was sometime between spring and summer. I seriously thought she was 17 years old because I kept hearing everyone say she was 17 years old. And like, look at her, she looks like she's freaking 17 years old. I mean, I don't know. I thought she was. I'm still not even entirely sure she's not 17. I'll be honest. Haha, how old do you think I am? Dude, I think you're like her younger sister if you want tiny. Want me to be honest. Like, you look like you could be her younger sister. No, seriously though, you're probably, I would say maybe 20, 21 tops. And I'm at least giving you that much credit because I know like when you came up on the panel, you'd said that you've been drinking. So I'll go ahead and say you're 21. But I wouldn't be surprised to hear that you're not 21 either. So.
Okay, so you had this big folder of screenshots, and they were just like piling them through, and full on conversations or full like a whole live stream worth of just screenshot of what people have said.
Right, yeah. I mean, and Leslie's channel. It wasn't just Steve's channel.
Right. Well, it's probably I would assume it was multiple live.
You are not. You are not almost 34 years old. Get the fuck out of here. No. Are you shitting? Oh my god. You look maybe a couple years older than my daughter. Like, seriously. Well, you'll be 56 next week. Holy shit, Llama Girl. Well, happy birthday. But get out of it. Jesus. You know, I do like hearing the ages though, because I mean, a lot of the times, especially when the little term grannies is thrown around or whatever, I kind of feel like I'm old as fuck here in this community. But then, you know, I'm reminded, no, I'm pretty much average age for the majority of this community, I think. Or at least close to it. So it is a fact. She's almost 34. Wow. How? I did you just like never like not only not like never smoke cigarettes, but like never even like be around cigarette smoke or any kind of pollution or smoke or something your entire life? Because damn. Thanks. I'm so lucky thanks to my mom's genetics. Most people think I am in early 30s when they mean, yeah, exactly. I would have thought mid 30s tops. Like, I would have pegged you at Tiny's age, okay? I would have pegged Tiny at, I don't know, maybe old enough to drive. All right, no. Maybe old enough to vote. I don't smoke. Yeah, that makes a big difference, too. It does. I smoked most of my life, but and I don't. It was not even just that. Just tending bar, because like they didn't they didn't ban smoking in bars until I've been doing it for about a good decade. So, you've been smoking too, and you look like that at 34. Come on, smoke for 60 years. Like I'm a little bit jealous of you now. Whatever you're doing, man, it's working. I'm just saying.
Streams from whatever channel.
Right.
And so what were they doing with this information?
I think they were just storing it for if they ever needed to use it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it might be an efficient system. Usually live chats don't get removed, especially on somebody like Steve's channel. So, I mean, I guess once in a while you'd see like something get removed. But anyway, that's kind of besides the point. Please continue. Sorry.
No, I mean, when you say it, it's like, it is kind of dumb. So, you know, excuse me, it moved on a little bit. into kind of middle October, end of October. I don't remember exactly when Katie and Leslie made up.
Right.
And so that was fine. And then me and Leslie and Crystal all started to get, me and Crystal were really close by this point. And so
you might have texted some random person. So I'm looking. I don't see anything. And the last text message I got was about 5 hours ago. Here, I'll put the number again in the DMs just if you want to double check it, just to make sure that you didn't text some random person. Because also too, you're in Australia, so it could be taking a few minutes to get through to me. I used to text with a friend of mine in England, and like sometimes they shit would take like a half an hour to get to me, so that could be why too.
you know, things were just not always adding up with Katie. I don't know how to explain it. Like, she would fix things, but then change the narrative on it. So if she said something wrong, she'd be like, "Oh no, that I didn't mean it like that."
So she would say something, and then we saw her doing that last night.
Yeah, it's
On
just a
Twitter.
narrative. Yeah, she does that, and
Well, then
so
she doesn't
it's not,
ever have to like correct herself.
Yeah, exactly. So I question stuff, of course, and I talk to other moderators, and we question things. And and one thing, just so we're all clear on this, we did not have to pay to be a mod. We did not have to send super chats. I sent super chats because I wanted to support Katie's channel. It was never, and we've heard the rumors or whatnot. It wasn't.
Okay, I kind of missed that when I watched this before. For granted, I didn't have a YouTube channel then, so I mean, I probably wouldn't have paid much attention to it anyways. But really, you guys as moderators, you guys send her super chats? I mean, I'm sure it can happen. I guess there's nothing wrong with it, but I mean, mods, please don't send me super chats. I mean, no. I mean, you guys do so much. Please, no, don't you guys send me super chats. I can't believe what am I thinking? I was going to say, I can't believe she didn't, say, listen, guys, thank you. I really appreciate it. It's so nice of you, but for real, you guys do so much as it is. Please don't worry about it. But then again, I forgot who I'm talking about. So, okay. That's still crazy. It's not crazy for you guys. It's just crazy that she, whatever.
True. So,
Right.
Sorry, a little tangent on that one.
Mm.
But I just wanted
things clear. Yeah.
I just wanted to reiterate that was not what happened. Any misconceptions. And so the beginning of October, I had started my job. It's just a seasonal job. So I do seasonal every year. And I started that. And so I wasn't on as much because I worked, when I was doing training and all that.
Sorry, I paused it at an inopportune time here, apparently in my house. So, you're an ass. But thank you very much for the super chat, Sue. Oh, no, yeah. Thanks a lot, man, for the super chat. Just to annoy you, LMAO. See, I read it like Katie. Okay, so I'm going to try. First of all, who's here? Okay. Sure thing, Tiny. Here. And Jasper, I know that you might be listening. I don't know, but when you get here too, if you want to come on and give commentary, whatever, just say the word. But yes, Tiny, I didn't realize you were a mod for her too at one time. That's pretty cool. So we can get all this talk with the mods going. There's also another interview too with another ex mod. It turns out I think it's Unveiling the Mask. I never realized she was an ex mod either. It's amazing how I've been in this community for so long and just like I feel like this is like common knowledge to everyone, and I just had no clue. I hope those rolls of pennies. Hey, Tiny. How you doing?
Oh, dude. Good. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Your hair's looking fabulous.
Oh, thanks. I tried something different with it, and now it's all frizzy, but funny. Whatever.
Yeah, I understand that pain. I have thick, frizzy, curly-ish, wavy hair, so
Yeah.
I get it.
So you were saying, where is it? You sent her. Where'd it go now? No, it's after that.
I'm here. You think
I
you
know.
lost me? I'm still
No,
here.
no, 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 no. I lost where you. I lost where you wrote something. I can't find it now. But you were saying how you sent her. I'm way back in the chat now. You were talking about you had sent Katie money before. I
I only
guess.
sent her $1. I thought I
Okay,
regretted sending that $1.
that's what
But
it was.
I
Okay,
mean,
that was my comment.
I have other opinions as well because of like how this whole situation started with a bunch of mods leaving was because of Kitty asking me if I knew how to mass troll report. Which there's screenshots everywhere.
Yeah,
I
I see.
mean,
I seen
they've
those
been in
screenshots. Yeah.
videos. And like that's when I went to dreadlocks, and then that took a couple days, and then like it's when I ended up getting in contact with Brittany, and then there was Sandra. um those were the major people that we had been in contact with a little bit prior, like maybe a couple days before we made the decision to go forward.
Okay.
Because me and Dreadlocks had made the decision. Like I sent him all the screenshots, and then we got in contact with Brittany before we released any screenshots. We actually waited about like a week before we came out with everything because we wanted to collect the receipts
Right.
for
Yeah.
everything. And yeah, that's when it happened. And Brittany, like, has come such a long way. Oh, I love her so much. Like, we've been really
Wait.
good friends since that.
Yeah, and I have to say too, like, I remember watching this interview, like, probably not long after it came out, and I also remember watching her. I think she was on Steve's show with. I think Leslie Bass was on it
With
too with her.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was there as well. I think
and
that was the same one.
then seeing her now, like, whether it's just in chat or on her own
She's
channel,
so
like, I
confident. She's
yeah,
like
I can't believe
so.
it's the
Oh my
same
god.
woman. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love her so much. She's come such a long way. Like, she came out of her shell after that
Hmm.
bullshit with like the Katie Joy stuff. Like, I was so proud of her, and I hope she sees this, and I hope she knows how much I love her because yeah, she's been there for me quite a bit. And I've been there for her. And we don't have to talk every day in order for
Right.
us to just be like, shoot the shit,
Right.
right? But yeah, it was such a blessing to. I know it's so weird, but it's a blessing what happened because I came out with such good friends with her and with Dreadlocks. I still talk to Dreads every week as well. So,
Okay, so Dread,
um,
he's. I mean, because like I said, it was like he was there one day, and then literally, like overnight,
he doesn't
night, the
want
next day he
he doesn't
wasn't.
want any he doesn't want anything to do with the bullshit.
I don't blame him there. Yeah.
When I went to him about with the screenshots of Katie asked me if I knew how to mass troll report, and her just treating me like shit, he was done
Mhm.
with her. He chose
Really?
me over her.
Aw.
And like he was one of Katie's most loved
Yeah.
mods at that time. But me
Yeah.
and him had become such good friends, and I was sending him all these screenshots, and he's like, "Don't send these screenshots out. Let's do this the right way." And yeah. we went with that.
Well, that's, I mean,
Then
good.
yeah, with
I'm glad to hear that, he's okay, like he's in a good place. He's not, I get it. He doesn't want to come
yeah,
out. He doesn't want to be, put in the middle of it. I get that. I do. I
he
do.
will
But I'm
he'll
glad to
come
hear that
like
he's doing good.
he'll come on streams and stuff like that, but I know it sounds weird probably to some people, but he would rather it go through me and then me speak with him about it and try to figure out, because sometimes he's not online for like a week at a time, right?
Hmm. Right.
um
People,
so
people
he
go that
can't
long,
always
really?
set. Yeah, I know, but he's dealing with his own, like his girlfriend, his own life,
Oh.
his own recovery, his own therapies and
Oh,
stuff
okay.
like that.
Right.
So I completely understand from his standpoint, and that's why he's always given me that permission to be like, hey, if something comes up and you want to let me know, and let's see if we can figure it out. If I feel comfortable with that, I'm like, okay. Um, yeah, that's what I can do for him. And he's definitely willing to speak out. Like, if you want to talk with him, I could probably make it happen. Not sure exactly when. I would send him a message, but
It's no. I mean, I'm anything. I mean, I don't know. Maybe at some point right now, though. I mean, I'm just like I said. I was inquiring because I really just wanted to know, like, is he okay? Did he end up
oh,
somewhere
yeah.
good?
Yeah.
um, as
I
far as
mean,
whatever went down
he did.
between the two of them, like I feel like you're kind of explaining it to me now, anyways. I don't
Yeah.
want to cause any issues or whatever.
He he did come into one of my chats. It's probably a live stream that I did on my own channel, but that's probably not up anymore. Um, but he did like talk about that he did have a relapse like last year and whatever.
Oh,
And he went into recovery and stuff like that. He's doing really good. He's going to his meetings and stuff like that. And yeah, we disconnected for 6 months because of that, but we're talking every week. He's doing good. He has a girlfriend. He's working. So yeah,
good. I'm
no,
good. I'm
he's
I'm
doing
happy to
good.
hear it. I am because
Yeah.
I imagine some. I mean, I feel like anyone who mods for her for a while the relationship ends. I imagine that it's an adjustment for a lot of people. Um, and I imagine that she has a kind of a high turnover rate too. But so I don't know. So just seeing him just like disappear like that, part of me just kind of worried.
Think
But I'm glad.
Of
I'm glad to
course,
hear that he's good.
everyone's been worried. I think the most popular topic of conversation since 2019, when all that bullshit happened, has been about dreads, which is great. I love dreads. Everyone knows that. I always relay the messages back to him. I'm like, people are asking about you. What should I say? He made me a freaking badge on paint that said that I was his PR. Literally. So he's doing good, and I'll make sure
Good.
that all the comments go to, like, back to him and stuff like that. He knows it though. Like, he knows that people love him, and he dyed some of his half dreadlocks red, like mermaid red.
But he still has
Yeah.
the dreadlocks, though, right?
Oh yeah,
Right? I
he
mean,
just
I don't care.
dyed
They can be
the
any color he
last
wants,
half of
but
it.
okay. It does sound a little weird, but I mean, hey, as long as they're still there, whatever.
Yeah, but look at me. I have, like, okay, I was at the grocery store today, and it was an older man in his like 50s, and I have, like, my roots are dark blonde, like
Hmm.
brown, and then
Right.
my like other half is like purple, like an ombre style. He's like, "Oh yeah, did you get too lazy to finish the rest of your hair?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
because
just like,
this is something women do all the time. We start putting all this color in our hair, and we're just like, I don't feel like doing it anymore, and just they just walk around, too tied, you're too toned,
well,
whatever.
the way I told him, I'm like, I'm not going to just buy bleach and bleach like maybe
Right.
4 inches of my top head. I'll just let it grow in and look like it's ombre. But Yeah, I'm gonna send this to Dreadlocks as well. And he's usually always open. Like sometimes he'll be like, I want you to be there, and I'll be like, yeah, sure, get there. Or he'll be like, I want Brittany and Kendra there, which makes sense because it's just that like
Right.
support, I guess,
Right.
because
Well,
we
yeah.
sort of well, not sort of. We went through it together, which, by the way, Brittany just arrived. Brittany, if you watch back to this, you'll see how much I uh talked about you.
Yes, we yes, she talked very, very well about you, but I did too. So I'm just
Sounded
saying.
like I was in love with you or something, but
Well, we're
yeah,
what? We're
no,
not.
Brittany does a really good job too talking about it. It feels like it started out
Yeah.
in the beginning where it was me that was like guiding this group, and then Dreads came in, and then Brittany came in, and then Brittany got like the strongest out of all of us, and she's the one that is like the voice for all of us.
Well, I
Um,
mean, yeah. I
that
mean,
went through it together.
listening to her in these interviews, back then when I listened, I mean, yeah, she sounded like a very, smart, level-headed, intelligent, woman, and still, I mean, that's the impression I got of her then, but still realizing,
The thing is that you can
more
tell the
recently that,
confidence in her
yeah,
now.
yeah, exactly. I mean, just like there was like nothing at all wrong with her then, but then to see her now, it's like, wow,
There were some times during these streams where I remember like Britt would come to me in like private chat and just be like, I'm really nervous to do this. I'm like, just fucking own it, man. Just do it. Do it. Be your authentic self and just own it. Because people are going to love you like I love you. And, well, the rest is history.
Oh. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I know what you mean. Yep. Yes, I do. Oh, yeah, and I don't know if you saw it or not, but a little ways up, Just Britt had said that Tiny is always allowed to talk for me as well. Just
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Britt,
I did.
Britt
This sounds
did
like a
give
real
me that
compliment. So
permission ages ago because, like, I took all the screenshots from everything. So, just Britt and Dreads and me were all sending screenshots back and forth. Also, Sandra, just Britt remember Sandra. I can't remember what her username was. I just remember Sandra. Um, but they sent it all to me. So, like, I have all of them saved. I've sent out the Google save file of like 100 and some screenshots of everything from back then. But yeah,
cool, cool.
Sassy Sandra, that's what it was.
Sassy Sandra.
She
Oh,
used to be a mod, but she was a newer mod.
the name doesn't sound familiar, so I'm thinking she was not a very long mod. I don't
No,
know.
I think she was only a mod for Katie for like 2, 3 months. I was 6 months. And then Britt had started like around the same time I started. Dreads was always there. I think Dreads was mod
Yeah,
for her for about a year.
he's probably been her longest running mod besides like Jessie Bear at this point.
Yeah, but what about Scarlet?
Has she really been there that long? I mean, I know she's
She's
been there
been
for
there a
months,
while.
anyways. Yeah. Um.
Oh, yeah. She was there
Okay.
back in 2019 for sure.
Oh. Okay. All right. Oh. Okay.
Because, like, I was friends with her on Facebook for a while.
Oh. Okay. All right. And now that I think about it, Nadia's been there for a while too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, there's been a few.
We didn't get to my favorite part though. Yeah. No, I don't think we did. Okay.
We
My
can
favorite
watch if
part.
you want.
My favorite part is when she starts talking about how Katie got all mad about the group.
I remember that dreadlocks when okay, so I got kicked from the mod group on Facebook. And when me and Mod had finally come to the decision with all the screenshots saved and everything, he went and posted in the mod group the private mod group that he was leaving and why he was leaving.
Okay.
And it was either Todd or Katie. They deleted his goodbye message. There was also a time Katie
Wow.
thought that I was the troll or the mole because I corrected Todd in one of his memes, which he spelled the word wrong. And I was like, you can't post a meme when you have the word wrong. Come on, Todd. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was a good time. That was a good time. She was convinced that I was a mole because I corrected his spelling.
Exactly. JCM. That's the exact word that came to my mind as soon as she said that it was deleted. I was like, wow, that's petty. It's just petty as fuck. Holy shit.
It's petty. She didn't
Yeah,
want
that's
any of the
crazy.
other mods to know why. And I mean, Jessie Bear's
And then
paid, so she's going to stay no matter what.
that
None of
kills me
us
though.
other people are paid. The only person that gets paid is Jessie Bear, allegedly, in my opinion.
That's crazy. I mean, if she okay, fine. Say, or, I don't want them. I don't want that person talking to the other mods. Does she think that the mods are just never going to talk again without her knowing? I don't know. That just seems odd.
Yes,
I
she
mean,
does think that.
if
She
she was
did not see dreadlocks coming in to like take my side. She was very convinced that he was a loyal mod to her that would take her back at any time. She was definitely hurt when he turned on her, and she realized that he turned on her because me and him correlated it in order to work out that way, to make a point to her. But it didn't matter, and it still
see,
doesn't matter.
and for someone who likes to control the narrative and the story and everyone's impression and opinion of her so badly, you would think
That's
that
why we had to do
she
it behind closed doors.
right. You would think that you would think that she would not have deleted that because then that would have given her an opportunity to not only monitor the discussion but maybe also chime in and try to steer it in whatever way she wants.
But
But
she
by
couldn't.
kicking it out, then she does. I mean, that leaves you all just like left with the only alternative is to go talk somewhere else, and she's not going to know anything about. It's just it's not very smart on her part,
She
regardless.
was controlling it though, in a sense. She deleted the. Well, I mean, we have the screenshots of like Dreadlock's post in the mod group still to this day of him leaving and it being deleted. So that's still her controlling the narrative.
Right, right.
You know, she was still controlling the narrative. None of this came out on her stream chats. The only reason it came out is because at the same time the Leslie Bass shit, sorry,
Mm.
LB shit was happening. And I was the one that sent the screenshots to Leslie Bass LB about Katie asked me if I knew how to master a report. I
Mm.
was like, I'm
So that
not
was
saying this
okay.
is towards you, but this is what she's asking me right now while she's in a beef with you. I told her not to release it. She didn't. She respected it. She allowed me and Dreadlocks to control that situation and allow all that stuff to come out at the time that
That's cool.
we felt was appropriate.
Right.
Um,
That's cool.
yeah, but she's crazy, yo.
Crazy yo. All right, I'm gonna go back to this.
I just didn't have time.
Right.
And so, and I still don't have that much time. I
Fair.
really don't.
It's busy
I mean,
holiday season.
Oh, it has been. And I work for a company that does a lot of business during Christmas. So I think it was the beginning, everything was smooth sailing between Leslie and Katie. And so we just kind of went on our way. So November 20th, yes, I do have dates on this one. I was on a live, it was IG by then. So Katie had moved from YouTube to IG. And she even told us, please promote, and this was on a live on her YouTube. Please come in and promote me for Instagram so I can get over 10,000 people on my Instagram and I can make money off of it. She told us that. It's on a live.
Right.
And so I was just on there watching, and I was always on there watching because she did it at night.
Right.
But it was so weird. She would act so different. Like her YouTube was one person, and then her IG was a different person.
Okay.
And so it was I guess I should go back. The beginning of November, kind of when Leslie was I don't know what happened in the background. I don't know why Leslie decided that Katie wasn't trustworthy. Well, I know now, but I don't know
at the time. You don't know exactly what happened, but now you have like a better understanding of
a little bit. And I'm sure there was more in the background that even a lot of us don't know happened with Katie and Leslie. So, it was like, so Katie started coming in the mod room more, which she never came in there. And so by the 20th, I was on her IG and I was just listening, and I would comment a little bit. And she was talking about how somebody had made a derogatory name towards somebody in her life, because I'm not bringing up certain people because I don't want to get.
Yep, that's fine. You don't have to. We know who you're talking about. It's okay.
Okay. So for me, I guess I was really annoyed about it because I do have a little sister that is severely mentally handicapped. Mm-hmm. And so I'm very like defensive of anything like that. And so I said something talking about another YouTube creator, and I basically said, oh yeah, that other channel that talks shit about your channel. I don't remember the exact wording, but it was close to that. And all of a sudden, I was kicked out of her IG live, and I was like, what is going on? Like, why was I kicked out? Like, I didn't even know. And so I was like, I even went right to her Instagram, and I wrote her a private message, and I said, what's going on? Why did I get kicked out? I didn't even do anything. I was supporting you. So at the time,
it's like a snap decision.
Yeah, it was like all of a sudden I was out.
Right.
And I was like, what is going on? So after this all happened, like, a couple days later, I found out what she had said. So first, hello, I was American Sister. She knew who I was. She said my name in these videos, and I have the videos of her saying, no, that's not American Sister. That's my mod, Brittany, and she's saying my name. And I'm like, hello, you're saying my name, American Sister. And she's like, it's a different profile picture. And I'm like, it may be a different profile picture, but my face doesn't change.
You can change profile pictures, right?
Right? Like, yes, I have one on YouTube, but Instagram's my private one. So I have different pictures.
And you don't necessarily want them attached.
Yeah, I mean, I still, my IG's private. My Facebook's private.
Right.
Those are my private things. I don't want people on them unless I know them. Mm-hmm. So I was really hurt because I was super loyal to her. I never done anything. I never talked out about her. Nothing. I was like a little loyal dog to her. And she, in that part of it, she called me trash. She said that Brittany needs to come to me and apologize to me. That, and just basically kept going. And then she called me trash. And then one of her other mods was like, that's your mod. Why why are you talking about her like that? And other people like, that's your mod. Why are you going after her?
And so, what did you even say to apologize for? I asked you for clarification. How dare I?
Right?
Weird.
Yeah, right. What? Why are you like not, I was like, after I watched it, and this was,
Let's see. JCM says, wow, I'm having all kinds of parallel worlds crashing. You were the American Sister that she kicked out at Just Brittany. So that's right. You were the Brittany. She was yelling at someone in chat saying, well, I can't add her back right now or something like that. Yeah, actually, yeah, you were, because that's right. You gave me that clip to play. That's right.
Yeah, that was her for sure.
You're right. Okay, that's right. It is crazy though. It is crazy though. Like, it's not. obviously, I said earlier, looking at the chat from back then, now I see all these names I know, but now I'm just like, oh wow, okay, I knew about you like
Everything
before I
adds
knew
up.
about you.
Shit adds up.
Yeah.
People didn't realize shit added up back in 2019. We were saying all this stuff, and yeah, we were gaining some traction. We got some traction, but
Mhm.
it's still not very talked about how she's treated her mods, how she treats her mods. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess if you're Jessie Bear, you get paid, so that's why you stay there. But in my opinion, allegedly.
Well,
Anyways,
yeah, that there has to be some sort of compensation there. Otherwise, why?
there wasn't back in our day, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I mean, I was only there as a mod for what, 6 months, I think. And she knew I was in college full time. She accused me of being the mole because I was never there. I'm doing the air quotes, by the way. It's like you knew I was in college. I posted a thing in the Facebook group mod chat about how I appreciated her knowing that I was so busy with school finishing my final papers and shit like that. And then she, accused me of shit. And I was taking disability and community support. Also, any bitch that calls their child medically fragile, stop it. In Canada,
Yeah.
we have this thing called first person speech.
Okay.
It's an individual with a disability, it's a child with a disability. They don't suffer from the disability. They're not medically fragile. They're not retarded. They're not imbeciles. They're individuals with disabilities. Okay? Sorry.
I mean, again, I don't want to question anything with a kid, and really, I don't know anything about any of these
That's
conditions
just
or
what I've
anything. So,
learned
but
in my own degree in Canada. And we have a huge, huge advocacy towards individuals with disabilities. So
mhm,
first person speech is like a huge thing. I remember
right.
I started following Katie after the Pathios thing. And then I stopped following her and I couldn't remember why. And it was because she was calling children with disabilities medically fragile. I realized that after I had stopped nodding for her and I was like, oh my God, how did I forget about this? You
Yeah,
know?
for me, it's she talks about her child as if she has very little hope or
Yeah.
confidence
Why?
in his capabilities, and I don't.
I
I
work
mean,
I work
I would
with
be,
adults with
yeah.
physical and how would you put that? Physical, emotional disabilities. Some from accidents, from some developed through birth.
Hmm.
But every person has the right to live their life to their most authentic selves with the
Hmm.
most ability to control what is going on in their life in order to feel independent.
Hmm.
She
Yeah.
makes individuals with disabilities sound like they're medically fragile, they're stupid. That's how she comes off. She comes off like people with disabilities cannot live a fulfilling life
Hmm.
while they can.
Yeah. Exactly. I just I can't. I could not imagine just having such low expectations for my child. I don't know. I want to wait.
I agree.
Where is it? Sassy Elmo says, I feel for her son because when you hear him at times in the background, he is very vocal and interested in things. The internet is forever, and I'm sure he is going to see stuff. I was watching, I'm not sure what video I was watching today. It might have been someone's video, somebody else's channel video, whatever, but um, somewhere, somehow, I ended up seeing that clip where the sound was enhanced, and Todd was up in the room for 10 hours and all that and everything. Well,
Oh
I think
yeah.
actually, I think
Yep.
I think it was on the subreddit. I think that might be where I seen it, not positive. um But
I know which recording you're talking about.
right, in this copy of it or whatever, like it's not crazy enhanced or whatever, but I mean it takes out all the
You
background
can
noise
hear it.
and brings,
You can
yeah,
hear
you
it.
can hear
Yeah.
it better, exactly. And it amazes me how after that she had the balls to sit there and say, "Oh no, we were talking about the dog," because she does not remember, or she just is ignoring
Bullshit.
everything she said. Like even
She
after Todd went
accepted
back
that. She
upstairs.
accepted
Oh
that.
my god.
She accepted it. She accepted that though. She was like, she was so convinced in her own fucking lies. She was
Mhm.
like, "You did that." It's like, no, bitch, that was a fucking
Yeah, yeah. But now though, I
like,
mean,
come on.
every time though she talks about
Uh,
CPS and everything though. Ever since then, now every time she talks about CPS, is, oh well, people just don't understand it in autism or meltdown and all this shit. And it's like, really, I thought the dog was up in the room.
and we don't call them. Okay, first of all, Katie, here's a little education lesson from someone that went to school for disability and community support
Yes,
work.
please educate me
We
too,
don't
because
call
I am
them fucking meltdowns, okay?
okay.
It's called that the individual has autism, so their regulation of emotions are completely different from a regular person's body. Okay, so you don't want to necessarily bring them down and distinguish
Mhm.
them as a small person by saying that they're having a meltdown. How about you realize
Okay.
that something in that
Yeah.
situation actually triggered them in order to have that emotional disruption? And not even disruption, it can be easily talked down and figuring
It's
out
like
what
calling a woman emotional or
sensory.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. Find out
Okay.
what sensories work for that person and help them calm down. You obviously did something in front of them to make them have a reaction that they don't know how to properly cope with. You know,
Okay. Well,
like that's
no,
why when
I'm
I
glad. I'm glad I never heard this before. Like I probably been calling it a meltdown, and I have no doubt that I would have continued calling it a meltdown. So thank you.
yeah,
I'm
and not
glad
everyone
to hear
knows that,
this.
but Katie knows that. Katie wrote about all this shit on Pathios. Katie has
Yeah.
talked about this multiple times. This is how Katie got me sucked into her many years ago by talking about individuals with disabilities until I went to school for this specific field
Yeah.
and
And if
realizing
she
how she
didn't,
was talking about them.
yeah, and if she didn't, well, I mean, her son has autism, so she probably should have known. I mean, I don't know anyone with autism, so I guess maybe my ignorance kind
Yeah.
of can be forgiven briefly. But thank you though
And
for helping me correct that.
it's
But I
not
mean,
even
yeah, I mean,
necessarily ignorance. It's
well,
just
it
the fact
is.
that you have never been presented with that situation or with those types of individuals, which is
Right.
understandable. Not very many
Right.
people are, which is why a lot of time in my work, I work in the community. Not as much right now with COVID, but a lot of times you'll get weird looks and people like, and all you have to say is like, oh yeah, this is an individual I'm working with that has a disability. Please, can you stop staring? Or can
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
if you see someone having a camera, I'll be like, I'm sorry, but I'm working with an individual that I'm supporting that has a disability. Can you please, like, stop? Like, this is not appropriate. Like, that's just, and that's why, like, last week when we had talked about mental health stuff, like borderline personality disorder, like I have such a huge voice when it comes to stuff like this, disabilities, mental health, LGBTQ,
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Right.
So I appreciate you letting me come on.
Well, I appreciate you coming out. No, I mean,
Sorry
don't
if
get me
I
wrong.
like ranted there. It just makes me really upset how she talks about people,
Right.
you know.
Right. Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I hear you. Um, I wanted to. Okay. Amy says, I was in a coma. I am disabled, and I was pissed when she started to go there. My parents put My parents put no limitations on my recovery, and I don't want to hear her putting it on her kid. Exactly. I hope that these limitations, so that she does apply. I hope that as time goes on, she sees these limitations being shot down over and over and over again by
I
her
don't think
child.
that's going to happen.
So I hope it does. So that I hope that she can just come up with.
I hope it happens.
Limitations, maybe. I don't know, but yeah.
I don't know. I do agree with you, Erin. I really hope she realizes that, but based off of since the Dr. Phil episodes with the Schofields,
Oh, okay.
and Katie getting involved with the Schofields, and that's when I've been around.
How pissed do you think she was, though, that she didn't get called on the show for that? And how pissed do you think she was that she didn't get called on the Jillian episode of Dr. Phil, too? And like Jeff Holiday did.
Probably pissed, but Jillian sued her ass, didn't she?
Yeah. Well,
didn't Jillian sue her?
Yeah, defamation, and I believe Katie got it dismissed because of jurisdiction. Jillian did file suit in Ohio, and that's where Jillian lives. So
yeah.
Hey,
so it was sort of like the Taddy situation, I guess. Then
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Think about non-jurisdiction. I mean, yeah, obviously she's pissed about that, but look what happened with the Schofields.
Yeah.
Their kids got taken away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it turned out that the children don't have schizophrenia.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They were just abusing their children with drugs.
It took the mother taking it so far as to get a YouTube channel of both of her kids now of doing this.
She had a YouTube channel before that. She had a book. She was on Dr. Phil back in the early 90s.
Exactly. They had a TV show and nobody freaking caught on. But her YouTube channel, that's when people started catching on. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Man.
That's when Kiwi Farms took over. The father of... Okay. So the father of the two kids, I forget their names, which is fine because we probably should promote it. Whatever.
Right.
Anyways, her and that husband, he had no custody whatsoever of the children. Right. He had, and his daughter from another mother was posting on Kiwi Farms at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And doing Q&As and shit like that. I remember specifically that I followed Katie because she had posted in the Kiwi Farms on the Schofields forum because of that. Asking for information, saying that she was a journalist and that she wanted to talk with people, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, she posted long enough to get the story, basically.
Yeah, no, she was on people. She was apparently DMing people privately that she was finding in the Schofields forum just to get information. And since I said, I forget his name, but the father of the two kids, his daughter from another wife had posted on the forum and she had contacted her. That's how she got a lot of people through Pathos and her YouTube videos, is because she started doing that.
I thought that the father was her source there, her secret source or whatever. Really?
One of them.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I feel like
because she was talking to someone for a while.
Yeah, I feel like it's him, and I have a feeling it probably was also the daughter, just based off of some of the content she posted and some of the stuff I've seen, in the past on Kiwi Farms, so.
Right, yeah. Kimberly, Mother of Rats, I think that was Gypsy Rose or something. What was the daughter? I can't remember the mother's name.
No, Gypsy Rose is the one that the mother had Munchausen. Yeah. But look up Schofield at SCHOFIELD.
Yeah. Something like
Just look up the Schofield.
Right. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm familiar. Yeah. I've read the thread. No, but she was asking, what's the Munchausen girl who plotted with boyfriend to kill the crazy mom?
Yeah, that was definitely Gypsy
Yeah.
Rose. I mean, I would have did that too, to be fair.
I would
Straight
have
up.
done that
I
too,
mean,
just to be fair.
I mean, if I had a mother that was dragging me and keeping me in a wheelchair and shit like that, fuck yeah. Damn right, I
Yeah.
would.
I don't know, man. Like after being put through all that hell and shit by the hands of someone who's supposed to love you, do you really want to convince someone else to do it? I mean, I don't know. Part of me would kind of feel like I would want to
Susan.
do it. I don't know. I don't.
Susan Schofield. That's her name. That's the mother's
That's
name.
mother. Yeah. Okay. All right.
She's the one that got them onto the Dr. Phil show in like 1990, 1991,
Yeah, they
92.
had like a
Some shit
short
like that.
TV series or show, or it wasn't a
He
regular
baked
show,
he baked
miniseries.
cookies with one of the children. Dr.
Dr.
Phil,
Philda,
that is. Yeah.
you know, I
Janny Schofield. Janny?
I've really been, I'm not going to say I've been his biggest fan or anything like that, but I really liked him through the years. But just I don't know, man. Over the past few
No, I
years, I'm
hate
just
Dr. Phil. I watch it for the shit fest, you know.
yeah, I'm kind of losing a lot of respect for the dude, man. Lately, I don't know.
Well,
I
look at
don't
him
know.
with that ranch.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not putting anything past him and their ranch or whatever. I'm not. I'm just I
Still
want to hope
promoting it,
there's a little
Aaron.
bit more. There's more evidence of more of a connection. You know what I mean? Because
There
yeah,
is,
he
but
did
he's
push them.
still promoting it. He's still
Oh yeah, no, he's
promoting
still
it.
promoting it. That's fucked up. Absolutely, no doubt. But I mean, I have
Like,
no doubt. I also have no doubt that sometimes, oftentimes people will lend their verbal support or whatever to something and not realize what it is. But then they will realize what it is, and then they'll drop it like a bad habit. But obviously, that's not the case with Phil. So, all right
yeah,
then.
no, we gotta take him and everything. There's actually a new Reddit group called Dr. Phil Cancel or some shit like that.
Oh really? Gonna have to check that out, maybe. Check out the movie
People,
run.
yes.
What's the movie run?
Oh, poor Brittany. Brittany, your eyebrows look really good in this video. I will say that.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to do eyebrows. I can't
Especially
do
when
it.
she's like, her eyebrows. She's like, I'm so over this.
All right, okay, I'm gonna play more.
A day or after or so, I was like, what in the world? Like, why do I have to apologize to her? Like, I didn't even do anything. But I'm a very nice person, and if I think I did something wrong, I will apologize.
Right.
And I'm and so
Most people usually apologize when they do something wrong. Believe it or not. Most people, that's usually a standard, oh, sorry, I got something incorrect, or oh, sorry, I was wrong about that. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said that about you.
and my other thing is I know nothing about IG. I mean, I've already said I need Twitter for dummies, so
Right.
I really do. And like I said, I asked my 16 and 18-year-old if I could be a troll. And they looked at me and said, Mom, you don't even know how to use Twitter or IG. You cannot be a troll.
Being a troll takes a lot of effort, lot of time that you don't have.
No. And that's the thing is people are like, oh, Brittany's bite me now. No, I'm not. I wouldn't even think of that name. It's kind of a cool name. I
Right.
mean, if I wanted it, that'd be awesome, but it's not me. I have one YouTube account. And if you go look, if you all want to go check it out, I have one video and it's for my brother. And my brother was killed in Afghanistan in 2009. So if you want to talk crap about me, go look at my channel and you'll realize that I did that for my brother. And that's why I have a YouTube channel was because of him.
Right.
So, and it was 2000, it was 8 years ago. So why would I change my YouTube? I don't care enough to change my YouTube channel at all. So it was, by then, I think Katie was getting very paranoid about everything. So I told her, I stepped down. So this was a week before Thanksgiving. I stepped down and said, this was the 21st. I said, I can't be a mod anymore. Me and my husband got into a huge fight about it because I was really upset and I told him what was going on. And he was like, I don't like Katie. I've never liked Katie. He would always get mad at me when I was watching her. He's like, there's something about her I don't like. And I was like, I wish I would listen to my husband. I really do. He's pretty smart about stuff. And so I still went to her channel because I liked her content. But in the chat, I still love the chat. I mean, the people, that's, I think, one of the main reasons I didn't leave is because I love the chats. I love the people in the chat.
I know the feeling. I absolutely love live chat. Live chat is my favorite. No, like, because I know I'll never hear the end of it if I say or do something. Like, if I pick my nose, they'll be all over me, and I'll just be like, oh, great. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for noticing. I appreciate it. I love them.
Right.
I love them
I
so
do too. I think it's fun. And, so I love that community because it was fun and we had a great time and we joked around about stuff. And when the trolls came in, we would laugh. And I actually changed my name because one night Katie she used to do live call-ins and people were trolling her so bad on her Skype that they couldn't even, nobody else could get through. And one of them was named Mildred and the other one was Maggie. And so we made up, like, I changed my screen name. I think it was like Soul System Maggie at one point. And then I just went to American Sister because I was like, okay, I'm tired of messing around with names. So if people say you changed your name, yeah, I did. And I'll tell you every single name that I had. So that's what I mean. Like, if I change a name, it's a reason. It was fun. We were having a good time. So I went back to her, but one of my like closer friends at the time, she flipped sides, and I was really mad at her about it because she did things, and I was like, "What are you doing?" But going back with the Katie thing, so I went back to her, even though I told her I cannot be a mod. I cannot. I don't want to be nothing.
Right.
She added me back as a mod like 2 days later.
So
saying,
despite
"We love you."
so the first time she made you a mod without your permission, the second time she made you a mod against your request.
Yeah. I told her, I don't
Okay.
want to be one at all. I said, don't want to be one. It's not worth it to me. I don't want the contention with me and my husband. Nothing. I don't need
remember
it.
this.
And I have mental health issues.
I was gonna pause it anyways. Hey, just Britt, I'm looking at seeing like how much like time is left or whatever in this, and I know we're not even halfway through it or whatever yet. But I just want to make sure we didn't miss the part where she starts talking about like the moderator Facebook group and everything, and she got all mad about it. We didn't miss that. We didn't pass by that yet, right?
Don't
That's
believe
my favorite
so.
part. I just want to make sure. It's funny. You did like the first time I watched it, I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. Oh god.
So I didn't want to do it.
You don't even have to have a reason. If I've modded somebody and they decided they're like, I don't want to be a mod and I don't want any responsibility of that, all they have to say is, I don't want to do that, and I say, okay. And you take the wrench out.
She was even like, well, you don't have to do anything, but you're part of our family. So she tried to make me, and she's like, she
guilted you into it?
She even said, she was like, because I talked to her after she did it, and she's like, oh no, it was right before. And she goes in IG, and I have all the screenshots. And she's like, well, we love you and your family, and we want to keep you forever and ever. She was playing on my emotions. She manipulated me. I have it all. And if she wants to say I don't,
until I told Brittany to stop fucking believing her.
Right. I can back up all I'm saying.
Right.
And you know this.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Until I told her stop fucking believing her.
Oh.
I've sent certain screenshots.
Yep.
So that's the thing, is like, I'm not a liar. I will own it. You know what? Yeah, did I talk shit about Leslie after things went down? Yeah, I did. Absolutely. I talked about Steve. I talked about, I will own my shit because that's who I am. And So then she brought me back, and I was like, I was because I love the mods, and so I was like, okay, fine, I'll go back. And so I was back there for 5 days. 5 days. So the week of Thanksgiving. And all of a sudden, she became so paranoid. She was like, oh, there's a mole in our group. And there's 20 plus mods in our group.
You guys remember when I said, like, specifically chat, hey, you guys remember when somebody was concerned that there was a mole in our group of people that were kind of discussing what was going on with Katie? And I said, moles only matter if you're being dishonest.
I'm that mole.
Sorry, please continue.
Right? No, I agree. So she literally, we did not know, sorry, I cannot talk, obviously. We did not know who to trust in our group. Like, people I was friends with, I did not know who I could trust. Oh, I forgot to say this too. At one point, so back in October, this is actually kind of important, and I just forgot about it. So sorry, guys. She not demodded us, but took all our powers away. So any mod that was not her 5 senior mods, and I could name all her senior mods at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the top 3 were Jesse, Scarlett, and Dreg. And we all know that. We all knew who her mods were at the time.
Right.
So that's the thing is like, we had no power. So really, we were just in there chatting. It was just basically we had the wrench, and that was it.
Right.
So by then, when she brought me back to the mod, she gave everybody power back. So
okay.
Yeah, so she gave everybody power back to be able to be a regular mod again.
And then she got paranoid.
And and she was pitting everybody against each other. People I thought that I was like, oh, I can trust them. And she would like call people out as moles, and then they weren't moles. And there was one I knew that was a mole.
Corrected it, right? She was never like, oh no, never mind. This person wasn't a mole. Mole was wrong. She
only did it one time.
Mole. I'm that mole. Apparently so.
Were you the mole? Like, was that you?
No, I wasn't the fucking mole. I'm just playing to it. No, I wasn't the mole.
Yeah, I was. No, I wasn't. Yeah, no.
No, I wasn't. But I mean, I now take embracing to it.
And see, the thing is, there probably wasn't even really a mole, dude. It's just probably like a group of people who just got sick of her shit.
All people were doing it.
Yeah, I mean, there couldn't have been just one person. It had to have been several.
But she thought I was the mole because I corrected her husband on his spelling.
Jesus. If I thought everyone was a mole who corrected me on my spelling, I mean, holy shit. I mean, even without a corrected, somehow shit still gets misspelled. I don't know how. It's crazy.
Magic.
I thought everyone was a mole, though. Oh my god, I wouldn't trust anyone.
Molly mole mole.
I think someone said ferret is a better, I think it was mother of rats. Ferret would be a better animal.
That she corrected it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Kendra. She called Kendra a mole, and then she retracted that. But so by Thanksgiving Day, I was like, I'm done. I'm like so done with this. But I didn't know how to get out of the situation because she had already remodded me when I told her I didn't want to. So how am I supposed to get out of a situation that she put me back into, and it's toxic and it's 100 times worse than it was? How, as a person, do I get out of that? I didn't know. I just didn't know how to stand up for myself at the time.
And you're surrounded by people. You don't know who you can trust and who you can't trust. And then on top of that, have you ever seen the movie The Thing? And in the movie in John Carpenter's The Thing, basically it can be anybody. The alien can be anyone, and it assimilates to you, and it jumps from person to person, and it's always going to be somebody, but you never know who it is. And on top of it, the people, because they all speak different languages, can't communicate easily between each other. That's the environment that Katie created.
Oh,
People didn't communicate between each other because they didn't know how, and she created paranoia amongst all of her mods.
Oh yeah, it was bad. And it wasn't even like, it was so bad that we would say one thing and then somebody would say something about me. And this was actually, people were already paranoid by the time I got in there, because people were saying stuff about me before I got in. And one of the mods actually did a full public apology to me, saying we're really sorry and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, fine, yeah, I'll take your apology, it's fine, because that is who I am. If you apologize to me, I'll probably give you 1,000 chances, because I just want to make
Not
I want people to be
anymore,
happy.
bitches.
So there was that. So then the day after Thanksgiving, Dreadlocks called me. He asked me, he goes, can I have your phone number? Can I call you?
And he
I
is
was like,
one of the top 3 mods of Katie's.
right, yeah. So hello, I was like, yeah, that's fine. He's like, give me a few minutes. And I was like shaking. I was literally shaking, like, what did I do? Like, what are they saying I did? Because I was just,
Thank you.
Welcome for my commentary.
Where'd it go? Thank you, Claire. Thank you. I thought for sure I was like totally like outdating myself there. I'm like, no one's comment. No one even got my joke there, did they? And thank you for coming back with cuckoo kachoo.
True.
It's like, oh my god, I just said I'm the walrus and no one knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh my god.
Just the walrus.
so like, what am I going to do? Like, I didn't do anything. What I do this time? I mean, this was even a week after she had, removed me as, I left, and what she did to me on IG. So Dread calls me and he goes, I'm not going to, the whole conversation, but he basically said, I'm leaving because my really good friend Kendra was set a mole, and I'm not okay with that.
I'm that good friend.
And there was
be
more
right
to the
back.
conversation, but I'm just, trying not to bring people in their conversations, but I wanted people to understand why I left.
Right.
So a couple hours later, I left. I told Katie, couldn't be one. It was just too much. And by that time, the Monday before, I think it was, what was it? That Tuesday, I started seeing a new therapist, and she diagnosed me with complex PTSD and BPD, borderline personality disorder. And I'm going to go a little bit into that because I think this is really important of why I'm standing up for myself. When I was 10, my mom remarried a guy, and he was mentally, emotionally, physically abusive towards me for 4 years. And I couldn't stand up to him, but I can stand up to Katie.
Right. And so you're at a position now where you feel like confident and in a position now where you can actually stand up for yourself, and you want to take advantage of that when and where you can.
Yeah. Right. And that's
as
what
you should.
Right. And that's why she manipulated me. She played on my emotions. And that's the biggest part, was that's what he did to me too.
Right.
And I'm 30, almost 37, and I'm just dealing with all of this.
Right.
So, so I left, and I put a message on the mod group that I'm leaving, and within an hour she removed it.
And two things. I want to say how I'm very sorry to hear that you had experienced that, just Britt, and two, I want to say, get the fuck out of here. I mean, really, how do you people look so young? I mean, I look at you and I think that you guys are like way younger, and you keep saying you're not, and I think I kind of, I don't know. I never wanted to call so many people I trust liars before. Just saying.
And Dreads did the same thing, and it was removed immediately.
So she didn't want some mods knowing that there was separation in the ranks, as it were.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. So I left, but I started taking screenshots of everything. So what people don't realize is I left the day after Thanksgiving, and I was taking screenshots after that of everything that she said to me, everything that was said, anything that would be helpful towards Leslie, Steve. I was
Yourself.
yeah, myself. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely myself. But the funny thing is when she was talking to me, and on IG, she would delete things when she was talking to me. She tried to accuse me of doing stuff that I didn't do. And when I said, no, I didn't, then she would delete it on IG, because in the private messages, you can delete them and they're gone.
Okay.
So I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I actually didn't know that either. I know on Facebook, on Facebook you can't, and on Twitter you can delete them for yourself, but you can't delete them for the other person. There is a background way to delete an entire comment history, between two people, but it's not a simple, I just want to remove it. No. To remove it for the other person, at least. There's you have to jump through some hoops to be able to do that, which is one of the reasons why in one of our Capping Corners, when Steve was showing screenshots of the conversation, why it was all in JavaScript, because we had you had to go through and ping and ask for the information, because for whatever reason, because I'm not going to say how it happened, his conversation with the person was mysteriously missing.
No, I'm not surprised. Yeah, on IG you can. So anybody that doesn't know that, there you go. Little
tidbit of information. Now you know.
Right, exactly.
Look out for that, just in case.
And so, smart girl I am, I took everything and I deleted everything I ever said to her. So she has no proof of anything I said, because she didn't realize I know what I'm doing.
So you're holding all of the cards. This isn't she's laid her cards on the table and you've still got yours close. No, you just have the whole deck of cards right now.
Pretty much.
That's very clever, actually.
The thing is I may be a super nice person, and I've been a stay-at-home mom since I was 18, but I'm not dumb. Right. I'm not dumb. And not dumb. People may think I'm a pushover, but I'm not.
You're not a pushover.
No, you're definitely not.
One of the strongest bitches I've ever met. You just need to find yourself before you could lay the smack down.
Yeah, and you brought things up to my attention that I know you didn't want to. A lot of other people, I think, would shy away from it, maybe. But you were unapologetic about it. You weren't a bitch or anything. But you're just hey, yeah, no, sorry, you gotta know. I'm telling you, So there's just a lot of people, especially I think women, they shy away from confrontation so much, especially even with other women. I think so.
I think there's a lot of things you're gonna learn, Erin, when it comes to people opening up to you about things.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Things you don't really know about.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. And I get that. I just really, really appreciate, regardless of what it is, what's the discussion is about. I just really appreciate someone who can just speak directly and and not beat around the bush and not shy away and not try avoid and not avoid it. Not avoid it and not be passive aggressive. I appreciate it.
I think that's one thing I really look up to just Brit for, is I'm a very opinionated person, but when I met her, she was the complete opposite of me. But over the past 2.5, 3 years, she has shown me just the progress that she has made and was standing up for herself, using her voice, and really speaking from her heart without anything limiting her. She's not thinking about what if I say this, is this going to happen, or is that going to happen? She's speaking her truth, and I really admire that. And watching this video, I've said even at the beginning of the stream, watching this video and seeing how I know how she is now compared to this, mind-blowing.
Yeah, and
Mind
she was awesome then too. You know, I mean, just but yeah, I see it too.
I
I know
know.
exactly what you
Well,
mean.
that's
Yeah,
why I always
yeah,
told her, I'm like, fuck people that are getting judged. You just be you, you know? Like,
yeah.
and look at that. Now she gets more people like in her streams than some people I know that have more friggin' subscriptions, you know? So, yeah. You're doing great,
Oh,
Britt. Love
oh
you.
yeah. Just Brett, I don't know if you caught that earlier, but right before you DM'd me, and said, yeah, sure, go ahead and play that. We tried like a little experiment, and I said pineapple pizza 3 times to see if it'd be like Beetlejuice and you would appear or something. I shit you not, though. I go back and watch it. The second I got done saying Beetle or pineapple juice for the third time, I hear ding on my phone. I look and it's you. I'm like, oh my god, it's so freaky. And then JCM said that I wonder what would happen if you talked about an Alabama hot pocket or something. So
No, I don't. We're not going to talk about that.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
we
no.
didn't we
We
didn't we
learned our
didn't
lesson from
push it.
Twitter
Yeah,
on that one.
yeah, we didn't push the limits on that one. So
Yeah.
I'm not dumb.
You're
And
patient, is what you are.
That's true. Yeah, I've been pretty patient through all of this. So I've been behind the scenes until I came out on that live with Steve on the rum and coke. I've
yeah.
been behind the scenes for weeks,
Yeah.
helping.
Yeah.
And I did come out one time, and I was surprised I didn't get caught. It was before Flossie's son had died, and she was going off about me. And I finally got on there, and I was like messaging. I'm like, no, you don't get it. I am behind the scenes. And I had 3 people that were really supportive of me, and it was Dreadlock, Kendra, and Sandra.
Me and
So those 3 have
Dreadlocks.
had my back through pretty much all of this, which I totally appreciate because I didn't feel like I
Love
had
you.
anybody.
Yeah, it's not easy.
And, it's not when you feel like you're so alone and you're leaving like
A
basically
community, yeah.
and leaving an abusive friendship or whatever you want to call it. It was hard. It was super hard.
I just want to say too, like I've known Katie for a few years, and I mean not well, obviously, you know, just I've known of her, you know, whatever her existence, whatever, for a few years. And right off the bat, like there was just something off about it. You know, I think all of us pretty much just, or most of us maybe just, well, we can't put our finger on it, but we just don't like her. But I never really thought
I can
much
put my
about.
finger on
I never really thought much though about any like real like harm or anything that she was causing. Like I never would have really like, expected that to be the case. But it was listening to this interview and listening to you saying that you explaining how what it was like leaving the community. You know, this was like
it.
you were there every day. This was, you know, your social life. This was like this was such a big part of your life, and then just for no reason at all because she's a bitch, you lose it
Stop.
all, and then
Yeah.
you're left to face dealing with that. And you know, that got me thinking. Like, there's probably a lot of people that go through that. I mean, you were a moderator and everything.
Yeah.
Fine, but there's got to be a lot of viewers though who go through that. You know, to all kinds of degrees. And in that case, you don't know who it is that you're turning off or
Yeah.
turning away like that. You don't know the ramifications. That's, you know, it's, I don't know. That you're hearing you talk about this made me think of this, made me realize it. I'm just saying.
I think also coming from just Britt's viewpoint at this point, where this conversation is happening, I'm not sure Britt can like correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I feel like Katie was maybe the first person they really modded for. Where they felt some connection.
Yeah.
And
I
at
bet
the
you're right.
same
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
at the same time, like I was too, but I had already modded for other people before that, and I had experience with you now, and a bunch of other bullshit. So I didn't necessarily maybe take it as personally as some others would that would be in the situation for maybe the
Right.
first time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I've been around on YouTube since like 2007. It's 2021, so it's been a while. But I definitely like, yeah, I'm glad that I could be there for Brittany as well as that Dreads. And I'm glad that we all three had each other at that time, honestly. And I say this every time, and I probably wouldn't have been able to do it without them.
It's
So
it's awesome. I mean, it's shitty, but it's awesome. It's awesome. I don't. I'm
it's
getting caught
awesome
up.
because we
It is.
came
Yeah.
together to do it together, you know? Yeah.
And I had really bad issues. And my husband was really mad at me because he felt like I was just ignoring the family, and
Right.
it took up my whole life.
Yeah.
And that's
And
why
that's
I
never
was like,
good.
no. And that's why I was behind the scenes. I was too afraid to come out. And so the only time that was the first time I kind of out of myself, but Katie never picked it up, I guess. I don't know. I
She
don't know
missed that
exactly
one.
what happened.
I mean,
But
so
she
sometimes things slip through.
But when I left, she didn't take my wrench away.
Oh,
So I could still
Everything
go
slips
live and
through
see what people
for
were
Katie.
deleting.
that's actually useful. Now, out of curiosity, you still had a wrench. Did you go in and start deleting commenters and
No, but I took pictures of
Yeah.
the stuff that was
Yeah.
deleted.
I didn't think you would have, because that would be really inappropriate and childish behavior to do something like that to somebody.
No, I wouldn't do it to them, but I would definitely. I didn't do that, but I definitely unhid it and took pictures of it
Yeah.
just to prove that she does.
Right.
And there is. Okay, this is the thing is, just because I didn't release stuff about the mod group, and maybe I didn't take the screenshot, I can have access to them.
Right.
Just saying. They forget that, like, just because.
Oh no.
Yeah, just because
Errors.
just saying. I am just saying. If anybody wants to come after me, don't worry, because
She's
I'm just
got
saying. I'm
Kendra.
not threatening anybody or anything. I'm not bashing Katie.
No, you're not saying it. What you're saying is that I have access to all of this information, just so you guys are aware. So if anybody needs, or if there's ever a need for this information to come forward, you can do that.
Right. I can back
That's
it
not
up.
a threat. That's just a straight up, I have this information if this needs to be released at a later date.
Right. And I haven't, because that's just who I am. I'm a loyal person. I don't go send things to other people. I mean, I think the only thing
That's
I ever
not
sent out
true.
was the one about Katie one of the other mods telling me to go mass report Leslie and Steve. So yeah, that was me, everybody. That was me. I'm the one that released that, just so you all know. Not the other crazy one that I decided that at first I was like, it sucks to have the same name as her. Oops, did I lose my headphones?
Oh,
Okay, I'll take them off. Can you hear me?
I can still hear you, yeah.
Oh, wait, one of them's still good. Never
We're
mind.
getting
One
a
of
bit
them's
of
good
an
still.
echo, but... Oh,
Is
no,
that
we're good
okay?
now. Yep.
Okay. Sorry, one of my AirPods died. I don't know.
It's okay, it happens to the best of us.
So then, crud, what was I talking about? Because my AirPods died and then I forgot.
You were just talking about the screenshots and how you have the same name as the other Brittany S.
Yeah. So I was like, oh man, it sucks so much that I have the same name. People keep getting us all mixed up, whatever. And so finally I was like, no, I'm just an awesome person, and some crappy person has my name as well. So I'm awesome and the other person's not.
I'm also
Some shitty
I'm gonna move on
person.
with my life. That's fair.
Right. And the thing is like, not even touching that. This is about Katie.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, I can back it up, everything that's going on. So the reason I finally came out, and I talked to you before I came on that live. I was so scared. I didn't want to do it, but people were dragging my name through the dirt.
Correct. That is true. Yeah. That was all over Twitter.
They were saying I made up this hateful group, that I was doing this, and this. And it was like, no, that's not what I was doing. at all. It was not what I was doing. And so I'm trying to remember. I think that live, I can't remember if it was before or after Flossie's son had died. I think it was after. I can't remember. But so if Katie ever,
yeah, good
maybe
question.
somebody in the chat knows.
Yeah, guys in the chat, do you guys remember when that live was? It was one of the rum and cokes. I just don't remember if it was before or after. I want to say before, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, please continue.
Anyways, so what happened, if Katie ever tries to come out with this, I'm going to tell y'all. When Flossie's son died, the next day, Katie had released stuff saying, I'm really, just being really sympathetic and all that. Well, what y'all don't know is, well, some of you know, when I was 21, I lost a baby. He was, not gonna cry. At 24 weeks, he lived for 12 hours and he died on December 15th. And Flossie's son died on the 3rd.
So, that's really close.
And so anybody that wants, we touched about that GoFundMe account that me and Sandra, it was not fraudulent. It was out of the goodness of our hearts. I wrote whatever, what was going on, and I wrote it, and I bawled the entire time I wrote it.
Because
it was
I remember that. I remember saying that. I remember after having spoken with you guys about it a little bit, and when you guys came on, it was more of an explanation of we wanted to do this because I remember with Sandra that you guys wanted to do this, and maybe there were ways that it could have been done better,
right,
or better ways that we could have communicated what we wanted to do for them, but it was for a good reason. It wasn't a fraudulent
right. And the thing
issue,
is, I went to Leslie after it happened, and we got the backlash, and I wrote everything to her, and she wrote a bunch back to me, and we were good. She understood what was going on.
Yeah.
So it was just like, and so when Katie wrote this is like what I was trying to get to. At one point, she goes, "Well, Brittany apologized to me." There's a difference. What happened is this was before I went on the live.
Yeah.
I said, I tried to apologize to her because I wanted to walk away. Right. I was done by that point. I was done because I thought, she's being really sincere. And I was like done. I was so done. And my emotions were really playing on me, and I just wanted to be done. So I tried to apologize to her. And that lady, she attacked me. Attacked. So even when I was trying to placate her and say, no, I really cared about you. I really loved you. You had supported me. She never supported me. When I told her I had complex PTSD and BPD, and I said a few things, and she goes, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I'm not okay." And I never heard anything back from her.
Right.
So finally, I just put my foot down and I said, "I'm not going round and round with you," because she was like, "This."
That's such a fucking slap in the face, man. You're a moderator for her. She knew enough to ask if you're okay, and then you give an honest answer of, not really, and then she drops it. But God forbid, though, that you just even relate to her a little bit during her chat when she's busy talking about herself, and
well, it's just sort of the same way that she tried to coerce me or con me into whatever, talking shit, I guess you could say. I mean, she finds a vulnerable state, tries to get into your personal comfort bubble, and then she'll come for and be like, "Yo, how a mass flag report?" It's like, no. And then she's like, "Okay, goodbye." But she doesn't say goodbye. She just never replies ever again. Because that's exactly how it was with me. If you look at the conversation of the screenshots, it will be me and her, and me saying, "I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner," and blah, 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 blah. But she starts off just talking shit. And then I'm like, "Oh, yeah. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, can you do this?" It's like, "No, I don't have that ability." And then she's like, she never replies again.
Yeah, I had a friend. Well, she was a friend, but also kind of a relative though for a long time. And it's like you reach out to her, there's something going on, you want to talk or whatever, you text or whatever, and yeah, you could go 3 weeks before you see or hear a response or whatever. But she has like the slightest little issue, whatever, and she's at or she needs something, especially she's right there texting you and shit. Just that drives me nuts.
Until she doesn't have anything that she needs you for, then she'll
Yeah.
just fuck off.
Yep. Pretty much, yeah. But, yeah.
Life, I guess. Except I don't stand for that shit. If you're going to be a dick like that, I don't want you in my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I do kind of at least appreciate it when they don't kind of blow smoke up your ass for like a day and a half or whatever, and then their real intentions.
But she blows
Right,
smoke
yeah.
up your ass until she blows smoke up my ass, and then she asks me, "Do you know how to master report?" And it's like, "No, I don't." And I'm like, "Okay, goodbye, bitch."
Okay, goodbye, bitch.
You
Oh god.
Like all these mods went against me. It's like a mob mentality. It was me. I. And finally, I just said, I'm not going round and round with you about this. I'm done. And
Right.
that was like my.
Oh, I didn't mute myself. Okay, yeah, I'm an idiot. I could have been playing this on faster speed this whole time. I don't know why. I never remember to do this. Dude, I bet, like, if I just remembered to do this, like, every day for 1 week, I bet, like, I would have at least 48 hours of time just left to kill or something.
It's why you gotta do what I did. I gave just Britt the courtesy of reminding me to check my dating app every day because I need to get out there. Even though there's a pandemic, I can get out there on a dating app. You need someone to remind you to do that daily.
Yeah, I kind of feel like everyone's got their hands full, though, with the mute thing to remind me.
True. True that. By the way, Brittany, you didn't give me my reminder today. You get 3 strikes, woman.
Well, get on the dating app, damn it.
Now I remember, but
Done, point. Like, nail in the coffin, see you later. Middle finger, fuck you. Like, sorry if you're not going to get monetized.
Now, out of curiosity, did she? I'm not. This channel's not monetized yet. Don't worry about it.
All right, we're good. I'm being very good about my language.
You are. I'm actually impressed. Out of curiosity, you said that she, that you'd said that you weren't okay, and that you had apologized and tried to placate her so you could exit the situation.
Yeah.
Now, out of curiosity, did she treat an apology that you gave as an admission of guilt?
She did.
Okay, because there's a law in Canada specifically written about that. The law in Canada is that an apology is not an admission of guilt, specifically because we say sorry all the time.
Right.
So, like, if people bump into each other and both people say sorry, not necessarily both people are at fault, right? So sorry is not considered in Canada an admission of guilt. So to take somebody's apology and then weaponize it against them is kind of shitty. That's yeah. Okay.
So, well, that's the thing is, like, for me, it was like, what do you like? And she just kept going at me, and I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. So finally, I just was done. And that's when Steve had his live, and everybody was like talking about me. And even Steve was like, I don't believe her. And I was like, I had bronchitis. And I was like,
so many people were sick.
I was like, fuck it. I'm
Let's pause this for a second.
Once that happened, Steve like started to be like, wait.
I really hope, Brittany, the next words of your mouth are that Kendra was not talking shit on you on that stream.
Wait, what?
What's on it? Well, she's talking about one of the rum and cokes with me and a bunch of other people. There was a few of them, actually. But...
Yeah, because I was looking for this interview earlier, and I was looking for this interview earlier, and I seemed to like found every other interview. I was like, damn it.
I'm not sure if he deleted it. I mean, it was so long ago, and I never really rewatched my streams, so I don't even know if it's still up, to be honest. But yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it's quite.
She's actually telling the truth.
Yeah.
And, because my picture got put up on Rue's account.
That account. Yeah.
Yeah, that account. And I actually reported it because that's a picture of me. And that was a picture of me and my husband. And somebody cropped my husband out of the picture. And that's not okay. And
Gotcha.
I had a Twitter account on that, and I deactivated the Twitter account. And I'd had that Twitter account. I didn't use it, but I had it since 2014 or whatever, whenever Twitter started. I don't remember. So by then, I came and I started talking to Steve. And I really didn't get a lot out because there was so much going on before I got in there. And actually, I just had a breathing treatment before I came. So I didn't even get in. I got to go to the Instacare because I couldn't breathe. And so,
Yeah.
like I said, I was actually pretty sick when I came on. And then you weren't on there because you had left. And then you asked me beginning of December, hey, will you do an interview with me? And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, I trust you. I want to do it. And so it's just like, I've been quiet. Like, I mean, I'm on Twitter. I have a Twitter presence. People know who I am now. And I haven't done any lives. I haven't done anything because I just was burned by it. And so I kind of was like, I don't know. And then we finally announced that we were doing an interview together. And then all of a sudden people started coming out of the woodworks. Well, Brittany's this person and Brittany's talking crap about you and she's doing this, this, and this, and this. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing anything. I have not done anything at all. Like, why are you all claiming I did something? So I kept telling people, show me legitimate proof I did it. Right. And I will tell you, if you don't have legitimate proof that I did it, don't claim that I did something.
I'm not going to address it. Yeah, that's what's the motto? You don't address you don't address claims and accusations. You only address evidences. You want to make a claim, you back up that claim. Now you've given me something to actually address or defend against. But if you just make a claim, if we just addressed every single claim that anybody ever made about any of us, we would.
I'm not muted. Okay, cool. That's actually a great idea. Where to go? GTA and opinions. Have you played the interview Cheshire did with the woman who was in the Facebook mommy group with KJ? If not, you should play it one night. You know what? Why don't I'll go ahead and just plan on playing that on my next live. How's that? Unless something like huge or major, whatever happens between now and then. But I doubt it. So yeah, definitely. I'll definitely do that on the next live. What's tonight? Saturday.
And
actually, Friday night. Actually. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'll just say this on here. JCM, yes, I'm artistic. Can I draw or paint like Bob Ross? Fuck no. But am I artistic? Yes, I am. That's all.
Awesome. It's I don't. Can you wear your hair like Bob Ross? Though I mean, I think that would be really impressive.
Probably not, just based off of my cultural background.
Wait a minute. Are you asking her because she's you're Canadian, right?
I don't know. I'm really artistic. Like, I draw, write, sketch. I do a lot of stuff. I don't know. Maybe they're saying shit on my Instagram. Who knows?
JCM, I think she's referring to this video that's on her channel. Yes, she said yes, and her other comment said, "I knew it, mutants." She thinks Canadians are mutants because they're all like beautiful, like they can paint beautiful shit, like all of them. So it was a joke.
I think that's why she was asking. I can paint and draw the characters from South Park, Bob's Burgers, The Simpsons. Do you want one of those in a sexy layout?
I think she wanted Easter. I think she wanted Easter eggs on her window.
With this sexy layout of Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, can there really be a sexy layout?
Bob Ross, Bob's Burgers.
Well, hey now, that could be something. And throw in like a naked mime. Like a naked.
Yeah. Now I really want to try and sketch that. I'm gonna try and sketch that. just Bob's Burgers laying on a sofa with a burger floating over his head.
Never get anywhere. We would never move forward. We would always be addressing the next random thing somebody decided to say that they pulled out of their ass.
Right. Exactly. So now we're here today.
Well, we made it. We made it the whole way. That's quite the journey that you've been through. So
Right.
let me just let me see if I can get a decent TLDR. This was, you found Katie's channel and you found a community there. You were then, without any kind of talking to you or explanation, made a mod, and then you weren't you were left hanging about what to do about that, what that meant, and that you were told there was a group, but you weren't invited to said group for at least a month.
Yeah.
Then you ended up watching Leslie's channel and Katie's channel because they were making similar content at the time, and then there was fallout with between the two of them. After that, you started you had a relationship with Flossie, that you had become friends with her, and then the next fallout happened. As this was happening, your thoughts and kind of the way you perceived Katie started to change as she kept trying to change the narrative and say whatever it is she wanted to say, and Mott started leaving, and you noticed that she just straight up deleted those messages. After that, you decided to eventually come on to Steve's channel, talk about it, and people started kind of, instead of getting you confused, started seeing your side of things and what you had been through, and you started kind of coming out a little bit more, but you stayed a little bit in the background to do work, to be able to get whatever screenshots you felt you needed to get to be comfortable with being able to even do this interview today. And that basically leads us to now. Is that about right?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Hey, there we go. So we're going to take questions from the chat. So if any of you guys have any questions, make sure you tag me so that way I can see them. And I'm going to try and throw these up. I did have one question earlier from Blair that
they was pretty impressive. I don't care.
I agree. Also,
yes.
tonight, I'm just going to read this out loud. This is completely off topic, has nothing to do with this, but I got a DM from someone that was like, I'm sorry for unfriending you. I'm actually not an asshole, just moody. Have a nice life. And I was like, didn't realize you unfriended me. Thank you.
Wow, yeah. I mean,
someone else to hear that, because that sounds like, did he think I knew that he unfriended me?
Yeah, I mean, usually you don't know about shit like that unless, they do the whole, like,
I don't know shit
they
about
announce
that.
their departure. Yeah. Well, it sounds like they just really wanted you to know that they unfriended you. That's what it sounds like.
Apparently, that's what I'm gathering from this, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Oh my God. But also, that was great. I remember watching this live stream when it first came out. Britt, you did a wonderful job. You always
You
do
really
a wonderful job.
Yeah, I remember listening to it. Like, there's no confusion about when things happen, the timeline. Everything was just very concise and just, it was good.
Well, the thing with me, Britt, and Dreadlocks is like all our stories line up.
Right.
Like there's no if or ands or buts. Like all our stories just completely line up. Even if there's like a bit of a gap, they line up.
Yeah. And just hers never really do. And I mean, it's almost like
Of course not. With the crystal ball stories lining up, come on.
Yeah, I know.
What are we?
She's her like biggest saboteur, really. I mean,
she somehow works shit in her favor, and that's because she has control over the aspects that she does based off her channel. Which says a lot, really, because how can you report a channel or report someone if they keep deleting all the evidence? Even though we have all the evidence, it's obviously not done shit for our case. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I do. If there's one, I don't know, something I learned just by the fighting with anti-vaxxers and whatever. There's no such thing as like karma. There's no such thing as people getting what they deserve, or what you want them to, whatever, just, it sucks. Anytime you get your hopes up, you're gonna get disappointed. You're gonna end up with like a just freaking pile of shit right there at your feet, basically. Um, I don't know. Me personally, just when it comes to shit like this, like with Katie, for example, like if a few years ago, yeah, I would have been looking at this like, all right, yeah, it's about time, justice, karma, whatever.
Yes.
Now I look at
Well,
it this way. You know what? If somebody can hear and see the shit that we put out there, and they just kind of avoid the
yeah,
whole mess and entirely, then hey, it was worth it. It's all you can hope
that's
for, really.
where I'll come in and say that's where me and Dreadlocks were coming from when we brought
Mhm.
this situation to Just Brit, as well as a few other people like Sandra,
Mhm.
especially with all the screenshots that I had and that he had of conversations between her and him about
Mhm.
me and us. Um, yeah, it definitely came ahead to it. Also,
Yeah.
can I give an update? This idiot again texted back after I said, "Didn't know you unfriended me," and he says, "I'm an idiot. I wasn't trying to be mean or anything." And I said, "As I said, I didn't notice."
See,
And he said, "Okay."
does he? Do you think maybe he's like trying to get in to be your friend again, or I mean,
Oh, of course, of course, of course, but I'm not interested.
why wouldn't you come at this with a lie then? No offense, I would be like, dude, I don't know what happened. We were friends, but for some reason we're not. Here's another friend request, and just left it
But
at
I
that.
didn't even notice he unfriended me. I don't give a fuck. And then he's like trying to convince me that he's sorry he unfriended me. I'm like, I really didn't notice. And he's like, but I'm real sorry I unfriended you. I'm like, no, seriously, I didn't notice. Like,
That's
someone
funny.
help me out. I know I'm single, but this is fucking stupid.
Oh god.
Should I block him? Because, like, I'm super
Uh,
annoyed now.
Me personally, I wouldn't.
Uh,
I don't block anyone though. Whatever.
okay, well, we're not taking her opinion. People in the chat, should I block him or should I reply and tell him he's a dumbass? It's either he's a dumbass or I block him. Because at this point, I'm just fucking annoyed. You
I
know?
hear
I
ya.
mean, I gave him the first time being like, I didn't even notice. He's like, I'm sorry, I was an idiot and I blocked you. I just said I didn't even realize that you blocked me, you dink. He says, now he says, okay. Okay.
Come back and just be like, dude, I lied. I saw that you blocked me, and I haven't been able to sleep since. It's ruined my life. It's just I can't stop crying. I can't function. You destroyed me.
Just guilt him. Just be like, you ruined my life. Tell him he is a dumbass and then block him. The funny thing is that he's actually my best friend's cousin, so I'm sure I'll hear it from her. No, she knows how weird he is, so not hear it as in she's gonna grill my ass, just like
Mhm.
laugh with me, really, you know.
Um,
Work a dink, dink a dink, dink ass.
Sassy Elmo asks a very good question. In your opinion, do you think if the world wasn't the way it was currently, things may be different as far as her behavior is concerned, with her being problematic?
No,
Do you
100% no,
do you mean
no.
if the world was different, her behavior would be different, or do you mean if the world was different, her behavior would be the same, but it wouldn't be viewed
Nothing
as
would be
problematic?
different. Everything Katie is projecting and doing right now is 100% Katie. It wouldn't matter pandemic or not,
I mean, yeah, I
in
mean,
my
if the
opinion.
world was different, I don't think her behavior would be any different. As far as how her behavior is viewed, I think maybe because of the pandemic, people just had more time on their hands and they noticed it more or more quickly, maybe. Um, but I don't even know if that could even be measured and how much, if that happened at all. So I don't know. YouTube. Oh, would YouTube address the issues? Um, yeah, I don't think YouTube would do anything different if we were not in a pandemic right now. Because I mean, look at how YouTube has addressed so many other content creators who've done like really, some of them done some really messed up shit, you know. And like Onision, for example, how long did people have to go at YouTube over that? Um,
Well,
I
look at
don't.
Jane Charles as well.
Yeah, exactly. I
Or
don't see
Nikita
YouTube.
Dragon. That bitch just got a fucking Netflix series with Hype House, which all of them are under 18. Sorry.
Oh my god. Yeah, see, I don't
All of
see
them are
YouTube
under
jumping
18.
on like rectifying whatever issue there is with Katie, pandemic or not. I don't see it. Um,
I
I,
also told the guy on chat to have a nice life.
well, now it sounds like you're unfriending him.
Well, I'm gonna block him once I know
Yeah.
he reads it.
I'm gonna wait for the read receipts, then I'm gonna block his ass.
I'm gonna wait until he actually reads it, then I'll block him.
It reminds me, a friend of mine used to break my balls all the time when I was younger. They'd be like, you don't just flip people off when you're driving. You beep the horn first to get their attention, then you flip them off. Like, yeah.
You gotta get their full attention before you tell them to fuck off. True that. Whoever told you that is a wise man.
Oh, God. All right.
Asked, did KJ actually make 10K with the Amber videos? Do you know that? Have an answer to that?
I don't think so. I don't know. I
You're
didn't.
not sure.
She really never told us about how much she would make.
She never
So-
told us.
On that, yeah, no, I don't know anything.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense. Do
The
you,
only person
what are the
she
other mods, the
tells
top
is
3 mods?
Jessie
Can you
Bear.
give us like a brief description about them a little bit? Were they like good mods? Were they decent people? Are they kind of crummy? Or like, how was your relationship with some of the other mods?
The other person she talks about like her financial situation with is Jessie Bear.
As far, in my opinion, allegedly,
Okay,
yes,
alright.
because Jessie Bear is the only one that gets paid by her.
Okay.
I
So
love Drake.
it
She was like my favorite.
only seems like rational.
Okay.
He was always the one that helped me. Like whenever I was having like, what am I doing? What am I supposed to do? Jessie, I called the mean mod. I always called her that. People might even remember. I always like, oh hey, the mean mod's here. And
Oh,
I'm not gonna like, yeah. And then Scarlett, he was cool. I'm sorry, I meant to say she. She was always cool. Like I never had any problems with her. Yeah. The only person I didn't hate any of them, but there's definitely was a dynamic with. There's actually 5 head mods at one point, and I can't remember. I mean, I know
it's
who they are.
interesting that they have a hierarchy. Do you actually mod for anybody else, out of curiosity?
I do now. Yeah.
Okay,
Just
and-
recently.
Okay, and who do you mind sharing who that is?
No, Joe.
Oh, okay. And does Joe use that kind of hierarchy? Do you have like a separate group? Do you have an individual group?
No.
Because I know my
I'm new
mods
to her
don't.
group.
Yeah, my mods don't have any kind of group like
I
that. They
will
don't have a
say
chat like that.
that,
That doesn't
yes.
exist. There's no like application process for me. And
Right.
Steve's channel is the same way, so it's kind of bizarre to hear.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I will say yes. That I believe there is. I wouldn't say there's an application process, especially when it comes to modding. Like I became a mod, and I know Just Brit became a mod. I'm not sure about Dreads. But we became mods because we were like the only people in the chat, and she needed someone to moderate. If I'm not mistaken, I know that's how I was. I'm pretty sure that's how Brett was.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. Just wanted to point that out because, like, yeah, no, the only people that I wish I got paid. If I got paid, I probably wouldn't feel as salty. I don't know. I probably would.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
That Katie has this hierarchy set up between
She
her
really
mods that
does.
she just kind of tells them all what to do all the time, which is bizarre. Did KJ ever try to give you assignments to do things like cleaning up her comments? Is one of the questions.
I don't think so. I don't remember us having to like clean up the comments. I mean, like, I never did. There probably were some of them that did it, but
I
would
didn't
never have
ever
to.
either.
Okay, so it
So
was
I
never you
can't say
directly.
yes or no, but it was never me directly.
People are asking a little bit about the screenshots info. I'm assuming they mean the screenshot of Flossie's child.
Whether I believe it's true or not.
Yeah, like what are your thoughts on it?
This is my thought, my
Never
opinion,
seen
nobody else's opinion.
Hmm.
I do think that she could have done it because, and this is what I'm saying. I don't think it was ever anything like maliciously said. I think that she was probably talking to somebody that she knew really well, and she said, "Okay, like," and this is just me being nice. I almost think like, "Okay, good, now we can kind of fix it. Like, we're done with this feud." I think that, and it could not have been that way, but I knew Katie long enough that I could see her. She's kind of an insensitive person.
Doing that.
So
Yep.
it's me. I. So it definitely might.
That's like the nicest way I think I've ever heard that put.
Yeah.
She's kind of an
I mean,
insensitive
Brett puts it exactly the same way. In my opinion, yes. Katie Joy, I wouldn't put it past her. That's in my opinion. And allegedly. But I wouldn't put it past her. Yeah.
Opinion, I do think she could have done it. And the apology that I sent her was before I found out about this.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That makes sense. So people are asking about a little bit about Jessie Bear. Do you know much about her, or is she?
Oh yeah, no, I know a lot about her. I know a lot. I know her name. I know her family. What questions they want to know though? Because I'm not going to go into like her personal stuff.
Yeah, we're mostly yeah. Well, obviously we wouldn't go into her personal
in the mod
stuff.
group. She was the spokesperson for Katie. So if something came from Katie, it was filtered down through Jessie.
Gotcha. So somebody, Todd, is asking, knowing what you know now, what would you tell people to stay away from Katie?
Everything. Leave. Don't get involved. Don't get entangled. Once you get in her weave, you'll stay there for a while. Just don't even engage with her at all.
Unless
my recommendation would be
like
watch your content, but engaging is a dangerous prospect. So if you're going to engage, be very careful, no matter what way you're engaging. Positive.
If you want to talk to people in the chat, talk to people in the chat.
Yep.
But don't engage. I wouldn't even engage with the mods very much. There's a couple of them that I still, I know, and I've always liked them. So there are a few that like, yeah, go ahead, but I don't know because I don't go in her chats anymore.
It seems to me that Katie tends to flick on people on a dime sometimes, even if they haven't.
Okay, I got a question to the X mods here for Katie. Given what you all know and knew about her, I mean, obviously this wasn't the case back then, and why would it have been? She was new. She was a new channel and everything. But she's been around. She's seasoned by now. Do you think that any mods that she has now, do you think she makes them or insists on them signing like any kind of NDA or whatever?
No. Well,
no? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I'll take that back. Only because it was in 2019 when I was modding for her, and definitely I didn't sign anything.
Right.
But maybe now I could see her probably, in my opinion, trying to do something like that. It wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't put it past her.
Okay.
You know?
Thank you. Okay.
Said anything negative about her.
She's called
as
out.
If somebody hasn't spoke about me negatively enough, so I need to call somebody out to create some kind of something interesting.
She called out her mods on live. She called Sandra out when Sandra came into a middle of the live, and she didn't know that we weren't supposed to do anything. She just wasn't in the mod group as much as some of the others, and so she yelled at Sandra on live because Sandra deleted a really nasty comment, and it wasn't one of her senior mods that did it. That deleted it. So, yeah, she'll call you out even if you're her mod.
Did you ever see comments?
Okay, so let me understand this. So I'm guessing that the senior mods were we're allowed to delete comments, I'm guessing. And so Sandra
Correct.
went ahead and deleted
Yep.
this nasty comment because it was a nasty comment, but the senior mods were not doing their job, so she went ahead and did it for them. Is that right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And so
Because
Katie
there
thanks
was
her
no
by,
there was no senior mods in that chat. So
oh, okay.
Sandra made the decision to delete that comment, and she got fucking roasted for it.
Wow. Jesus. Fuck. How can you do that? I mean, even if you have an issue with something that someone does, okay, let's say that the mod really did do something messed up. Really? I mean, you got to do it there in the live. I mean, wow.
She likes embarrassing people because it puts them in their place so that she has more control over them. That's
I mean,
exactly, if you think about how narcissistic control people are, it makes complete sense.
yeah, I know. Just, God, I would
know,
be
it's
so
fucked up. It's
embarrassed and
fucked up.
ashamed of myself. And oh my God.
It is. And like, even like, I lasted 6 months, which is not long compared to people like dreadlocks and stuff like that. But man, I totally get it, because like, I gave in after 6 months. I was like, I can't do this. Like, and I just started realizing all this shit. And I mean, even before that, I was talking about how this is so weird to say.
Okay. I mean,
It's just hard to say because it's like embarrassing for me.
Okay. Well, I don't think you have anything to be embarrassed about. I mean, I understand, but
I don't think I have anything to be embarrassed about. I think it's just more of the embarrassment that, like, I feel such emotions towards the people that I've met in these groups or the people that I do mod for.
mm-hmm.
And feeling such a connection with so many of those people that I have met through that. That's what really hits me. If that
Okay.
makes sense, you know?
Yeah, no, it does. It does. Yeah.
I think it's really shitty what she does to people. Because
Yeah.
she gains people's trust and she gains people's loyalty, and she uses that to her complete advantage. Which a lot of people in our positions, I'm not going to say that we want to have that control, but it would be nice to be able to be accepted and have things that are going on in real life circumstances being accepted. You know,
Right.
she treats everyone like shit in every community, and it's really unfortunate.
Yeah. It really is. It is.
Deleted from people in KJ's past that would come over and call her out on past behavior.
Probably. I don't know exactly who they would have been, but
oh yeah, fair enough. Sometimes it's hard to recognize whether or not somebody is from Katie's
right.
past, and sometimes or they're from anywhere.
Oh my gosh, people were always in her chat.
Oh,
always in her chat saying bad things about her.
So somebody was asking, I want to clarify the question a little bit more about Jessie Bear, because it looks like the question is going along the lines of that Kate, there's some information floating around that I have not verified yet, which is why I'm asking you. You might have a little bit more say on this. She was paying her mods to run some of her social media stuff. Was that happening? Okay, so Jessie is actually paid to do the work that she does.
Not till after.
Only Jessie mod.
After recently,
when she shut everything down.
Oh, yeah, when she got hacked, and then but she wasn't hacked, but she was hacked. So she was
no. I have legit know for 100% that she deactivated stuff and took her Facebook down so that she could have her social media people step in.
Oh, okay. So
that.
yeah, the whole thing was just smoke and mirrors while she did this switch.
Oh yeah. No, she did not
Out
get
of curiosity,
hacked.
why? She could have just had that happen and made that announcement without anything else happening. Why? What would be the benefit to do something just to generate interest?
I don't. Maybe attention.
Money.
Because
weird.
she was being
Money.
That's
so
strange to me.
attacked after what happened
All
with
about money.
the
Oh.
screenshot of Flossy's son. She was getting very attacked.
That's
and
true.
then in that apology, she's like,
He wasn't
"You aren't
being
welcome
very
back," and I said, "I don't
tactful.
want to come back." I was like, "I don't want."
You're like, great, cool, fantastic.
What's that?
She wasn't being very attacked, though. She was doing this as a concedence. She was doing this for the money. She was generating, not obviously just Brit, but Katie. She was generating all of this bullshit in order to happen to make her money.
Well, yeah,
You have to think about it. You have to look at it from like that standpoint of where Katie is.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing all of this shit to make money.
Oh yeah, and this was like not long after like the whole Amber Portwood audio, you know, where she probably was starting to really
when
like
I
and get
was
used to the
still
income.
around too.
Yeah.
I feel so bad that I was a part of some of those live streams too. Like the Amber Portwood stuff. Like I was around for some of it, not all of it, because like if people know me in this chat, you know I'm like half aware of what the fuck is actually going on around me.
I hear ya.
So I'm usually like not all there, but once I sort of figured it out, that's when all the bullshit sort of started to happen with the groups, I guess you could say. And people just recognizing shit and not supporting her.
Yeah, you know, that's something I have to give credit to people on social media. I mean, there's a sucker born every minute. Yeah, okay. So anyone will always have a following, but their following has a turnover rate. And people on social media, they will fall for someone, they will respect and fall in love with them, but it doesn't take them long to freaking, you know, to wake up and smarten up when that person turns out to be shit, you know.
Yeah.
Just unfortunately they wake
sure.
up and move on, but then the new idiots come in, you know. That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, no, and it's true, and that's what Katie pretty much survives off of.
Yep.
Is that she fucks over one community, she gets out of that community, she's like thrown out in the trash bags by them, and then she comes after another community.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's her thing, and I'm pretty sure that's commonly seen throughout her shenanigans, I guess I could say.
Goodbye. I've been trying to get out for like a while now. Cool.
I know, right? I didn't want to be with you anymore. You put me back in, and then when I tried to leave, you didn't let anybody know. And she didn't take my wrench away till after that live with Steve.
That makes sense.
Sure.
That definitely makes sense. Things like that can get overlooked relatively easily. I think we're going to start wrapping up. Is there anything else that you wanted to add in? Was there anything that you feel like you wanted to touch on a little bit more? Maybe about people confusing me with other people and just clarify, or
if you think that it's me, come to me. If you think I'm doing something to you, come to me. Don't question my loyalty. Don't threaten that you're going to do something to me. I didn't do anything. I'm being honest. I'm being upfront. I'm on here. You know, not very many people have come and said, "All right, let's do this."
Right.
But if you and no, I am not the other one. I don't even like saying her name because that gives her attention. I'm not the other one. I know a lot about her. I was friends with her for a few months.
Might have to be a video for another time.
Oh, yeah.
That could be interesting. We'll see.
But, I mean, and then now I have so many people that have been supporting me. Like the Twitter community has just totally been so supportive of me, and people have come to me personally and asked me questions. And you can ask anybody that's come to me personally. I will tell you this is what happened.
Right.
That, you know, and I'll say
you've talked about this a good couple of times at this point, and your story's been consistent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've changed anything. And so if anybody has any other questions, I mean, go for it. If you want to do it here, you want to do it another day. And I am grateful for Joe's channel. We call ourselves the Ding Dongs because of Unirock. So that's our, but the thing is like, I found a group of people that I adored. Did we have some issues at the very beginning? Yes, we did.
It takes
We
time
did.
to get through stuff like that and learn learn how stuff works, and
we
there's
worked
nothing
it
wrong
out
with,
and
there's
everything.
nothing wrong with making mistakes and learning and trying to do better. As everybody should. Remember your 5 C's, guys. Cookies is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, so, and they apologized to me about stuff, and I'm not gonna like, it's personal stuff, you know, it's kind of, it's between us.
Yeah.
But I forgave them because they came to me and individually and said, I'm very sorry. And I said, thank you for, you know, coming to me after, you know, them investigating and seeing that there was no legitimate proof that I did anything.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and there's never anything wrong with actually doing that. If you've done that to somebody in the past, and even if it's been like a long period of time, or you think it's maybe better to not talk about it anymore, going to talk to them privately and giving them the opportunity to choose whether or not to either engage with you or accept your apology is totally a legitimate thing to do. And don't worry about getting hurt if they decide not to, because it's in their right to not necessarily accept your apology.
Right. And the biggest thing is you guys, you can troll me all day long. You can talk shit about me all day long. Guess what? I don't honestly care. I mean, like, you can, like, if you want to accuse me of something, fine. But guess what? I don't honestly care that much. You can't do anything more to me than what Katie did to me.
That's fair. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. As you can tell, it's got really dark in here because the lights, the sun was out, which is why it got really.
All right. Awesome. Yay. It's been a while since I heard that. I'm so glad I got to hear it again. Yeah, definitely next time we will listen to Cheshire's other interview with the lady from the Facebook group. Do you know of PJ's Not So Secret? Oh, you mean the live stream she did a couple days ago? Yeah, someone told me to listen to it. I just kind of skimmed through part of it, and you know, I don't even. She didn't even bother to get anything right, so I just whatever. I'm just gonna leave that one alone, I guess. Whatever. Because like when I made my video just to talk about the things that she got wrong in her live stream, like I actually like researched it and like looked things up, and it just seems like she just wanted to make, I don't know, just it's like she wasn't, I don't know, she, in fact, the things that she was accusing or saying that I did or something like that, like I've only heard those phrases and sayings about things I've done from Katie. So I mean, I find it weird that she was kind of pushing that narrative. I don't know. I don't think I need to worry about it though, so I don't care. I know about it. I don't care.
You'll be fine, Aaron.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not worried.
Fine.
I know about it, but just yeah, it's there. It is what it is. Whatever.
You can only control so much. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's not even. I don't even care about. I mean, I don't know. I don't. I mean, if someone's that bent, I'm not learning.
If I can't control it, why am I going to worry about it?
Exactly. Yeah. But like, yeah. I mean, if someone's just that intent on getting shit so wrong, then all right, yeah, you do you, boo. Have fun. So.
Thank you for having me on tonight, Aaron.
Well, thank you for coming on. Yes, and thank you too for letting me know about Dreads. I mean, because like I've been wondering about him like for about a year now. So I'm very happy to hear that he's doing
set something up with him as well. I'll send you a DM. I'll send him a message this weekend.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. All right, cool. Thank you. Sue M. It made me laugh when she complained about people blocking a Twitter when she does it. Everyone does her. Yeah, I don't have anyone blocked.
She does that though. That's the hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. Yeah. I had to make sure I said that right. But that's she does that all the time. It's like one thing's okay for her to do, but then someone else that does it, and it's like, nope, not good, not happening.
Yeah, I guess.
But she's bullshit.
like I said, heard your name after some mumbling. I didn't understand and shut it off when your name came up, but thought you should be aware you were mentioned about some. Oh, don't worry about it, Cindy. No, it's cool. I mean, it's all right.
It's funny
I look
because
at it this
people
way.
thought I. Oh, go on.
No, it's okay. I look at it this way. If I'm being talked about, then I don't know. I guess maybe I'm
Talk
being effective.
about me.
So it's
Just
cool.
talk
Thank
about
you,
me.
though,
If I'm
Cindy.
being talked about, just talk about me.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I don't want I don't want bad shit being said or whatever. But I mean, just hey, if I'm just being mentioned, then I might be doing something right. I don't know.
Oh,
That is
you're
right.
gonna need me to say hypocrisy 10 times? Oh my god.
Real fast, real fast.
Hypocrisy, 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 hypocrisy. Okay, so
a crack can see.
I didn't say you could judge me.
Oh, I'm
I
not joking.
tried.
I guarantee you did better than I would.
Hypocrisy, hypocrisy, Damn it! Now I can't say it.
Do
I
you ever
give
do
up.
that too? Do you ever just like say a word and you say it just like over and over again in your head, and then it's like you forget how to say it, and you
Oh
can't say
my
it
god!
anymore, and then
Every
it's
day.
yeah,
I'll be
I do that all the
writing
time.
like a report for work and I'll say like report, and I'll spell report wrong. I'll be like, that's not right. And I have to start the whole fucking report all over again. Oh god.
Oh, just Brit said. What did you say again, Tiny Dancer? Say that again.
Her her hypocrisy. Her her hypocrisy. I don't even know anymore. Is it hypocrisy or is hypocrisy? Too
Claire wants to be
confusing.
fired for being asleep on the job. No, she doesn't. Claire just wants more pineapple pizza.
I want pineapple pizza.
I know I do too.
That'd be
I really
yummy
do.
in my tummy. I had I had burritos tonight actually.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really
They were
good.
really good. I was really craving a burrito.
My parents used to own a Mexican restaurant, which is, I don't know, think about it.
Ooh, girl.
Upstate New York, a couple of Irish people owning a Mexican restaurant. It's kind of
Oh,
funny.
freshly
But
made refried
yes,
beans. I'll take it,
everything. Yep.
girl.
Even the tortillas they did from scratch. Oh my gosh. I
Corn
mean, I was only
corn
like
tortillas.
5 years.
Corn
Yeah.
tortillas though.
Yep. Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You get corn tortillas in my tummy and I'm a happy little lady.
God,
I
I was only
love
like 5 or
corn
so when the
tortillas.
place opened, but oh God, to this day I still make quesadillas like they do.
See, I lack the skill to make the perfect quesadilla. Like, I need someone to show me how to make the perfect quesadilla.
Okay, I can do that. I don't know if it's perfect, but I mean, I know how I was taught to make it.
So everyone's heard here. Me and Aaron are one day going to make a quesadilla.
Yeah, it's an ongoing argument in my home how that's pronounced. And I know
How
it.
the
I'm
fuck
probably
do
doing it
you name
wrong.
this?
But,
That's not
see,
how you say my name. This is how you say my name.
see, I look at it this way because the restaurant was called Casa Too Mucha. Okay, so casa, like I take that as eat too mucha. So quesadilla, it's like food. So it should be quesadilla.
Quesadilla. I like that. That's clever though. And Claire, don't question my wording. It's either quesadilla or quesadilla, It's one of the five. You know?
And they all taste the same. So
Okay, that's not true though, because once I made, like the cheese things in the flour tortilla,
hmm
I burned it.
Okay.
How do you not burn it, you know? And then I tried to make it also in my air fryer. It didn't turn out either. Half of it, which in air fryers it's supposed to like heat it up from both ends, you know. This,
How
yeah.
thick are you? No, okay. But you know,
How thick
we'll
is the
table this.
cheese? Actually,
No,
that's a good question, though.
I was gonna say like how thick are you making them? But you know what? This is I'm gonna get no.
That's what she
It's 1
said.
a.m. Can you suck into this now?
Love you, Erin.
You know, I'm really starting to love you too. You crack
Oh,
me up. Oh my god.
yay!
Oh my god, Daddy, you got a point. Anytime I hear the word quesadilla, I think Napoleon Dynamite. Tina, eat your freaking quesadilla. Oh god.
I want a quesadilla now.
I know, I so fucking want one now. Damn it.
We're just all gonna go make some quesadillas.
I can't. I can't. I
Me
think
neither, because I don't want to get out of bed.
no stealing my girl. We can share her, right, Just Brett?
Yes, sharing is caring. This is what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany, we talked about this. Sharing is caring.
We'll be like our own sister wives. No. No.
Can we all share the same pairs of jeans? Isn't that the thing? Like that movie where they all share
yes.
the
Sisterhood of the traveling pants or whatever. Yep.
We can do that. We'll all send our pants to each other.
Yeah, dude, I can't even wear jeans that I wore a year ago. How the hell do these 5 chicks gonna all fit into the same pair of jeans? I don't get it.
I don't even like wearing jeans and I'm small. I don't even like jeans on top of that. I hate jeans. You know what I like to live in? Sweatpants and leggings.
I like shorts. See, like I have
Leggings or pants.
really thin legs, but like the waist doesn't like match my legs, so I have to buy things that match my waist, and then it's way too big on my legs. So I like shorts.
So what you're saying is that you're like a bird.
Kinda, yeah. Only not quite as unflattering, I guess. But yeah.
But if you think about the bird from the what's his name? Mike Tyson cartoon, he wears little bird pants.
Okay, I know what cartoon you're talking about, but I can't picture the bird. I don't know.
He's a pigeon. He's a pigeon.
Okay. Kinda.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
No.
I don't know.
No one wants to be a pigeon, to be fair. Because pigeons are the most annoying birds in the world.
I would want to be a crow. They're like so smart. Like,
Crows
I
are
wanna,
so smart. I don't
yeah.
fuck with crows. When I see a crow in my path, I'm like, hello, Mr. Crow. Be my friend. And then he doesn't fuck with me. So
You just hand over all the money in your pocket. Like, okay, let me pass.
just be my friend. Just take my money and make it into a nest.
Make it into a nest.
Literally.
Oh god.
These so many people love me.
You gotta go and mention chimichangas now. Just great, damn it.
I want chimichangas.
No.
Chimichangas.
On that note, I am going to start ripping. I am going to wrap this up though because it is 1 a.m. and I'm so freaking hungry now. I mean, I was hungry before I started, but now I'm really hungry. Fried ice cream.
We got her hungry, girls. We got her hungry.
I know. So yes, definitely though, my next stream we will play and listen to the interview with the woman from the Facebook group. And then maybe Tiny and I can pick up where we left off with the quesadilla.
I'm
So.
definitely down for that. And I love being able to talk about this because it brings more work towards shitty people
Yes,
like
that
Katie.
it does. That it does. Yes. Awesome. I'm so hungry now too. We need snacks. Yes. All right, everyone, off. Go get snacks. All right. Good night, guys. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.